10,000 hours, can't let them pass. Yeah, well, I was putting time in, you was pulled up wildin'. You always had shit to say, now when I see you it's silence. Thought I'd have a Grammy by 25. Commas after commas next to dollar sign. Yeah, had to remind myself why I'm living this life. Look at all the late nights, it'll all come in due time, yeah.
Made for the fight, for the pain and the climb. Tied to the life I chose. Stay through the night, another day, not a dime. Race against time. I couldn't just lay by and wonder what I could have made mine. I'm closing on the moment, no one's gonna hold me down.
I pack my suitcase, headed out the door, I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home, a couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road.
from off the counter. Commuting to the city, gonna take another hour. Man, I hate trading time for a way. At least I got a home and a job that pays. Faded from color, reaching to find when I wonder how. Saying it'll all be fine, while you sit around and waste your time. Faded from color, stuck in the backseat and told to drive.
You look like a child. Well, thank you very much, Johnson. I've been very lucky down here. Feeling better than I did up north.
Collars itching, faces twitching, another cup of joe and I'm fine. Come 5, I can burn a fresh dime. Lifting up the burdens, putting weight on my mind. Bet if I didn't chase that and embrace distractions, master my lack of faith and break through. Faded from color, reaching to find where the wonder hides. Saying it'll all be fine, while you sit around and waste your time. Faded from color, stuck in the backseat and told to drive. I'm holding out, but as I fight, I feel my colors wash away. And finding my ground in the light of the hours I can claim. 'Cause in time I restore my complexion and find that I left my distractions behind. In the meantime, I'll blindfold my pride and keep hold of my time like it's gold. Faded from color, reaching to find where the wonder hides. Saying it'll all be fine, while you sit around and waste your time. Faded from color, stuck in the backseat and told to drive.
Yeah. La 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 la. Yeah. Your life hits hard, but I hit right back. I never back down. I keep it on track. It's the same day with no problems. I keep rising from the bottom. 'Cause when the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear that sound. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now, and then I need to worry about, 'cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright. It's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, 'cause I got no problems. Yes, every day was a war. Yeah, it kinda took a while. When they tell me I should stay, I just jump with a smile. Yeah, it's hard until you notice. Everybody's got their moment. When the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear the sound. Listen up. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now, and then I need to worry about, 'cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright. It's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, 'cause I got no problems. 'Cause I got no problems. 'Cause I got no problems. feeling now. Have none I need to worry about, 'cause I got no problems. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now. Have none I need to worry about, 'cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright. It's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, 'cause I got no problems.
Welcome on in back to another day of ESL Challenger League Oceania. It is season 49 and there's a lot happening within the OCE region. It's me, Elfish Guy, and Pilski back once again. We're here to talk about Counter-Strike. Pilski, you've had some fun this evening, spilled some sauce all over yourself. You feeling good?
Yeah, things are getting saucy already, all over my shirt. Thank God this is not a canned show. I had a bit of a kebab mishap already. My dog is staring at me longingly, but I'm staring right at the screen because we've got a hell of an Oceanic Counter-Strike match on our hands. Mindfreak against Art of War. It should be a pretty good game, I'm thinking.
Yeah, this is a bit of an El Clasico, I guess, at this point in time. We've seen it quite a bit over, I suppose, the last maybe 6 months or so. These two teams running into each other in various qualifiers and stuff like ESL Challenger League and stuff like that. But Art of War, they're a bit of an interesting roster at times. They tend to cycle through some players. So I'm interested to see who's going to be in the server tonight. I did see a ESL Challenger League game earlier on in the season where they had Alistair in at one point. So that's kind of fun. But on the other side of the coin, obviously, Mindfreak, when it comes to these guys, they are obviously, grinding it out with that core 5. And they've been looking pretty good. It's just a case of how far can they really take it, I guess, is the question for me.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, they're getting kind of on the verge of qualifying for some of these international events. They're playing in some of these, ranked events, I guess you could say, within Asia, having to play on ping and things like that, as teams like Rooster. 3-3 overall in the season, so it's not like they've had a flawless season by any means. They've already dropped a couple of games. You did mention something that is interesting as well, though. Talent currently 0-0. They are a team somewhat similar to Art of War that has players that come from abroad, or a player that comes from abroad, rather. And now you're going to be seeing them playing their first ECL game, at least according to the schedule tonight. I'm wondering if they're just going to try and bang out as many of these best of twos as they can in a short time frame, so that they can maximize their time playing here in OCE.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's not the game that we're covering, but I think it is a particularly interesting one. So I'm just having a quick look on HLTV, and I can see in the server, you have Malta and Sterling playing for Talent today in place of Azza and MHL, respectively.
Okay.
So, obviously having to come in with a couple of substitutes for the guys who I presume are living permanently overseas. The rest of the Talent lads potentially, I guess, playing from home. But conversation to be had definitely about what's happening in that team. And I've been hearing some things. We'll talk about that maybe on the podcast. Either way, we'll take it back to Art of War and Mindfreak. You say this is going to be a good matchup. I'm sort of interested. I think for me personally, I'm probably leaning pretty heavily towards Mindfreak for this one, actually.
Yeah, I can see that. I think Art of War has been a little bit inconsistent with how much they've been playing and what iteration of roster they're bringing, shuffling a few players around at the moment. So I can understand where you're coming from with that one. I think if they bring like their full 5 core here and they play well, it should be a close game. But if Mindfreak just turns up and plays decently, I think they win probably, I don't know, what would I say? I think 7 times out of 10, 7.5 is pretty reasonable.
Yeah. I'm looking at their last matchup that they did play, which was the EPL match that they had. I guess that was a best of 3, but it was a 2-0 there for Mindfreak. The maps were pretty one-sided as well, 13-9, 13-2. I just have to have a quick look and see. Was there any shenanigans going on there? Yeah, there was. That was a game where Alistair was playing for Art of War, and there was also, it looked like, a bit of a substitution happening on the side of Mindfreak as well. So maybe not exactly the greatest of barometers as to how this matchup might well play out. But yeah, again, just having to sort of keep in mind that when it comes to Art of War, it's always a little bit of a question mark as to who's going to walk into the server, how much pep have they been putting in. And I think they did have that purple patch, towards the back end of last year, but I'm not sure that they've necessarily been able to recapture that in the same way in 2025. And that's what has got me kind of worried about their chances of really going deep in something like an ESL Challenger League or any of the other qualifiers that are sort of popping around. They've actually had a pretty shocking start to the season as well. Just hasn't really gone their way. So a bit of a stepping up to be done from Art of War, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'd agree with that sentiment. I think, we kind of talked about it when they were in their heyday and their like honeymoon period, so to speak, where they were playing really well. They were getting pretty close to qualifying for some international events. In some cases, literally a round away from qualifying for an international event, if I remember correctly. Had a good run of tournaments, but we already have kind of said it in the past where they are a team that had a good run when there was a lot of parity in the scene. They were taking advantage of a lot of efficiency from a lot of these teams, and they didn't manage to ride that into, I wouldn't say not any meaningful placements because they were pretty consistently placing at the top of these tournaments. But in terms of, there's one spot to qualify and you didn't qualify any of the times when you showed potential to, and now that same level of form is not there, it feels like they may have missed the boat a little bit, especially if they can never really rediscover that level of form. Or maybe it's just a case of other teams have improved to the point where they've kind of surpassed them now.
All right. Well, we've talked enough, I think, about this matchup. We'll have to just wait until that one gets into game. There's some issues on the player side, as I'm told, so we might be waiting a little bit. But I wanted to quiz you as well on some of the other happenings that's been going on. I don't know if you saw Rooster are changing out DPR, and so he's out of the roster. And as far as I understand, Danny G is going to be the one that's going to be coming in for Rooster. So give me your thoughts on that.
Just a bit of a boys' club, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's kind of my thoughts on that. Like, Danny G was a great player when he was around and active, but like, dude has not played in ages. So we'll see what his level of form is going to be like. If he slots back in and he's playing really well, then fair enough. You've put him back in and done well with him. But yeah, he's just been super inactive. Like, he has literally, I don't think he's played much since he was last playing for Rooster, which was I don't even know, like more than a year ago, 2 years ago. Like, how long at this point?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's definitely been a while. I can go back and have a look at when was his last official. And I'm sure it was probably, 2022? No, 2023. January 2023, he played in God's work against a maxed out. But the last real official, I guess, that we would really look at was when Rooster was actually playing under Paradox, if you remember that. That was back in 2022. March 2022 was the last time he played an official, and they played against Vertex. Yeah. So that was a long while since, I guess, he's played. But I do agree with you. I think he was quite a solid player in his time when he was in that Rooster team as a core player.
It's a different game at this point. We've had a whole new iteration of Counter-Strike come out since then.
I guess that's fair. That's a fair point. We'll see how he slots in. But yeah, evidently something not working there for Rooster with DPR. But the one thing I will say is that Slimy's been in that roster a little while now. It's been, at least 6 months. he joined towards the back end of last year. So it seems as if at least he has found his place in that roster nicely, which is good that they've managed to lock that in. But either way, we're ready for game. So enough about Rooster, enough about talent and all that jazz. Let's talk about Mindfreak and the Art of War as we're heading into the B side. It's going to be a pistol rush, and Payne is there to receive with the dualies. He's doing a great job of it. Nice triple kill. Very easy start to the map for Mindfreak. And apart from Texter, it's been more or less perfect for Mindfreak so far.
Yeah, good lockdown. A lot of util invested already for Art of War, who their acronym is the same sound that my Samoyed makes when I come home. Awo, awo.
Okay.
4-2 here. You got Crunchy in for Mindfreak, so that dude's been kicking around over in the Indian scene lately. That's an interesting name to see back in the O servers.
Yeah. I mean, I have to imagine that that's just a substitute situation, but he has, as you say, been at least having a bit of a crack at CS. I think he's been out of India for a while, though. I remember I did play a little bit of Rust with him maybe 2-3 months ago. So, yeah, it's probably been a good 4 or 5 months or so for him. I don't think I've seen him active in any team since then. But, yeah, just subbing in for tonight, I imagine. And Ducks, ooh, I was going to say, should be good for 1 here. In fact, he'll kind of get 2 in the sense that Viridian did team kill Sunshines. So that is going to be the pistol for Mindfreak. A pretty easy one. Good start to the map.
Yeah, not the start that you would have wanted for Art of War. Didn't even get yourself a bomb plant, so prospects of forcing round 2 are probably not really looking too attractive at this point. Viridian, the only one with a kill, but he cancels out all of that kill money by getting a team kill. So everyone's sitting dead even on 2k. Flash and a couple of pistol upgrades from the Hong Kong representatives. I know some of those guys have been kind of in and out of OCE. Sure, there was a horrid holiday period, had Lunar New Year recently. And now everyone's back, I guess, and ready to compete again. Maybe back to study and whatnot.
Yep. Yeah, I think that was the big conversation point for Art of War in their start of the year, was that they didn't really have the core roster actually available to field. So now that it's all sort of back in business, then hopefully that's going to mean some improvement in the results.
Yeah, one would hope so. See if they can rediscover that level of form, or whether they did kind of catch lightning in the bottle for a small amount of time. I like this contact walk onto Long. Gump all on his lonesome. Payne with no utility on the rotation to really support him. It's just going to be 2 A1Ss in a crossfire. So if Sunshines or Terry can hit a couple of shots, it's a really nice dodge and a flash. I don't really think that was intentional. Couple of things into pit side, and Payne runs out of ammo. That's gone fantastically for Art of War.
Probably better than it should have, but it won't necessarily be a bad result in the end for Mindfreak anyway. You can take it away with the 3 guns and be relatively happy.
Yeah, I think they would have liked to lock it down a little bit more cleanly, but it's kind of nitpicking at this point for Art of War. Going into the first gun round here. Have done a little bit of damage to that CT economy, so keeping the game a little bit closer with minimal investments. That's exactly what you want to be seeing. Smoke into lowers. Texter going to aggress there. Jump throw smoke to the backside of Hut, not respected at all by the T's. They were already committed to going out long at that point. Mindfreak in the meantime have taken the middle of the map. It's an upper dark and lower dark push in tandem, and they're going to take all of that B space all the way back to bedroom.
It's not a bad timing at all here for Mindfreak, is it? Payne going to continue to walk his way forward. Art of War watching for that, but now having been spotted, Payne will just back up. It's going to definitely disrupt the plans of Art of War, though. They're going to have to retake that mid space if they want to be doing anything up short, and rotation in from Sunshines will be hard to, I suppose, grasp at this stage.
Yeah. Sunshines, though, getting that pick completely changes the round. That's the B anchor going down. Crunchy in the stand-in situation, losing his life, forces a massive rotation with Oath, which Oath takes advantage of. Now trying to crunch into B, and Sunshine's finally cleaned out, but in the meantime, Art of War, who were never really committed to B in the first place, have taken all of this A space.
Yep, Tuck's the only one there, and he's desperately fighting for his life, only with a famous unfavorable duel against Oath there, so he'll go down pretty quickly. Quick trade from Texar, has to be said. He has started well, 5-1. Alongside Payne, who's 4-1. So maybe this is not over just yet. Molly and the Goose should pull an extra player out. Tough spray there for Techstar, given there was a lot happening on his screen, but he still lands the shots nicely, and we're back into a 2-on-2. Still a Molly in play here for Payne if he wants to toss it through. Nade there as well available for Techstar, and eventually those pieces of util are going to get invested, but time now becoming a bit of a factor. Defuse has to be tapped shortly. Techstar down. Payne with the trade. Terry biding his time nicely. Will win the round for Art of War. However, it will end up being a pretty costly one for both teams.
Yeah, you can see the CT economy, though, took a lot of damage. Bomb plant helping out the T's quite substantially here. Interesting money position. With Tux at 2k, they actually did not necessarily need to force this. But I think the reasoning behind the force is less about what they can buy in the next round and more about the reset potential of the T side. It is a full-on swing round for both teams. Whoever drops this one will be very broke. So force comes out from the CT side. Minimal util and very heavily investment in the rifles. Payne continuing to show why he's one of the highest rated players in ECL OCE right now. One of the biggest up-and-comers we've got in OCE. Particularly exciting that he's an AWPer. But in this case, great use of that scout. 3 nades blowing the smoke, just trying to give him more opportunities to find picks.
Be a little bit of a disaster class from Art of War to win that last round and then lose this one. Give it right back to Mindfreak.
I mean, not really much to be winning it with right now. Util's very sparse. Oath's got a smoke here. Viridian bringing a flash over in lower. You've got one flash over at Hut. 3 players from Mindfreak ready to respond to this short pressure. Going to throw out a smoke, and they hear the footsteps. One thundering into short. There's a double flash. Trying to help them set up for a favorable duel, but these pistols are making things anything but easy, and everyone's whipping.
Yeah, that was a bit messy in the end from Mindfreak. The flashes didn't really seem to be too problematic for Art of War anyway. But there were certainly opportunities for Mindfreak if the aim was on point, and it wasn't in this instance. So, looks like Art of War are going to get through this round and bring it to 2 apiece. Crunchy's going to go looking for that AK. And presumably, he will get it. Maybe Payne will grab it. That's a bit of a better upgrade. Scout to AK as opposed to Famas to AK. Crunchy is still sticking around. They do have to be aware of that push coming through to top mid from Sunshines, but he might just not quite be there in time.
Just misses the timing. Art of War. Starting things off quite nicely. 3 alive for the time being. This duel, Crunchy not interested in taking it. He's going to tuck his head and hold on to the Famas and armor for now. So both teams looking to take rifles into the next round, but Art of War, no doubt about it, coming out ahead of that one, winning the important swing round and getting things going on this T side. And if you wanted a competitive map between 2 of these teams, which is not something we've seen recently, then that is a very promising sign, I would say.
Yep. We'll see what could be said about this round, though, from Mindfreak. AK and Famas could still do a bit of damage if they're set up for success. Gump's got himself a flash. You could see that Payne wanted to try to do something through the mid doors there, but the molly has restricted that possibility. So it'll be a stack towards the B side of the map instead from Mindfreak, which doesn't seem to be a bad shout. Crunchy already doing a bit of damage with that Famas as well. He's going to have Art of War thinking.
We know that at least one of the rifles is over there towards the B site. It is only a Famas, but you'll try to take a duel with USPs if you can. The issue is the AK's on the other side. Payne looking to take some duels over towards short side, some utility being lobbed in his direction. And Mindfreak kind of centralizing the rotations. There's a flash to try to set him up for success, but Art of War playing this one very slowly.
Payne, important duel for him to be winning here. He could. Kind of set it up for Tux and the rest of his team to come filtering through the mid doors. He's actually won himself a duel against Terry, and the USPs are getting the rest of the work done. Sunshines is out on B, but he doesn't have anyone to help him out. That is a mess from Art of War.
Yeah, the mid crunch from Mindfreak was perfect. Payne with the AK being the tip of the spear, but realistically, those USPs got a lot of value. You see 4 different players on Mindfreak, 2 of which did not bring a rifle into this round, getting themselves kills. Sunshine's now trying to bail them out in the 1v4, but Mindfreak's giving them absolutely nothing. Just a hard crossfire between Payne and Gump. And Sunshines is not interested in that at all. And look, you were talking about disaster class from Art of War. I think that's unfortunately what we just saw in that round.
That round from Art of War about as bad as MacMate's alarm clock. And I will present that statement with no further comment. We
John,
finally
I
start
want
to
you
have
know
the AWPs
that
out.
I chuckled in the other room. I had my wireless headset on, and I chuckled.
I'm glad to hear
Unfortunately,
it.
I was a little bit late to respond.
You were a bit far from
like,
the microphone, you know?
Yeah. So, yeah, unfortunately, like some other people that I won't name, I was unable to speak on this broadcast.
It happens. It happens. Looks like Crunchy's copped a scout tag on the cross through the mid doors. But
That's
otherwise,
unfortunate.
okay.
Pretty big util advantage for Mindfreak here. You got 5 grenades to make it through the rest of this round for Art of War. 1 smoke, 1 volley, 3 flashes. That's it. 2 players bringing a deal scout into this round. So weaponry and utility advantage in favor of the CTs. A pretty big economy advantage as well. Make no mistake about it, Mindfreak is winning this game. They just need to convert these gun rounds. But this is where you need to see some magic from Sunshines. You're not going to get it. That off angle, tapping down the knees. Counter flash comes in from the B side as well. Reactive utility, Molly's pushing back Art of War and securing Mindfreak that 5-on-4.
Yeah, nice protocols from Mindfreak. You can see that that's something that they've done before, clearly. Takes a nice little angle from him as well. Just gets to see the legs as they come through that little gap. So nice map knowledge from Mindfreak. And now we'll change up his position to watch for the short push, which inevitably looks like it might end up being a run boost here. And we've got Pain as well with that AWP. That run boost has gone horribly wrong, but they managed to make it across. So that might have just bamboozled Mindfreak more than anything else.
I mean, didn't go as far as he would have wanted to, but shot has been thrown off. Entry in favor of the T's. Texture is on a bit of a heater right now. It's going to be difficult to dislodge him from ramp. The nade slowing down Banana to try to go for that trade, and Texture is just buying more and more time for the rest of Mindfreak to filter out onto the site here. Retakes going swimmingly for them, and it's all on Viridian with nothing but a scout. Molly is there to kind of dislodge him from his position, stop him from dancing back and forth.
Yeah,
And
it's
it
probably
looks
gone a little
like
too
Mindfreak's going to
deep.
clean him up.
Yeah, but nowhere for him to really end up going there, so you're right. He will get cleaned up 4-2. Nice work again from Texar. 11-4. You can always tell, like, when he's on, he's on. And tonight, he's on.
I mean, we were very excited about him coming back into the scene for exactly this reason. Like,
Yep.
fantastic player to have here down under. Great to see him competing again. Same can be said for Tux. Don't have Ricky in the server at the moment, but, you know, especially Texter and Tux, like, these guys are still, they've still got, you know, they're still pretty young. Like, Texter, I think, is only mid-20s or something right now, which is crazy, because he's been playing for like, almost 10 years.
I enjoy having Tux back because it makes me maybe not the oldest person around in terms of person who's been involved in the scene. Because Tux was kind of coming through around the time that I was kind of growing up as a commentator. So, you know, obviously yourself as well, Pilski, you were there as well back in the day. But there's not that many people that have been around as long as we have. So I enjoy having a chat with Tux every now and then when there's, you know, some sort of qualifier. I was talking to him about the last qualifier that was run online that they were playing in. And I was like, you know, how's things? And he's like, oh, it's actually not that bad, which was somewhat surprising to me. But I was just like, oh yeah, this reminds me of back in 2015, you know, like when teams used to play against the Asia teams from like Perth or wherever, and
Yeah.
not many teams have to deal with that, or haven't had to deal with that, but now they may have to, as Payne's having a bit of a aim prac really here in this round.
Oh, perfect crosshair placement. That does go down, so Art of War going to have a little bit more cash than they may have earned for themselves, despite the fact that things got a bit spicy there for a second with Texter losing his life in the middle of the map. Mindfreak very clearly in complete control of that round. dangerous. Turret AWPing from Car. It's an absolute staple of Dust 2 for the longest time for that exact reason. Another buy from Art of War, though. There was a very short period of time, Jordan, where this game was looking promising, but it seems like we are returning to our scheduled programming. Oat's been throwing the AWP here, and he does have the long spawn. So I'd imagine he's going to go for a pick here on towards long. Fake molly off the car with the upper dark push. Crunchy spotted out, though. Art of War vacating all of upper tunnel. They know that this is a big aggression in from the CTs, and they want absolutely nothing to do with it. And in fact, maintaining that control of the long line, they are probably going to have the information that they need to be able to recognize what the CTs are doing. They know that long aggression has come, that upper dark rather, aggression has come out. There's no one here on long, so you know exactly what the CTs are set up centralized in the middle of the map. So you're going to turn this into a 1-4. Sunshine is going to go on the lurk in towards upper tunnel. So the rest of Art of War applying pressure towards long. You can see the CTs trying to throw flashes high over car and take tools. But once again, Sunshine wins the important pick in the round.
Yep, and again, it's going to draw a very similar response from Mindfreak. Instantly, that B player goes down. Instantly, a couple of players have to rotate off. This time, they go through CT as opposed to through mid. So they're a little bit safer on that rotation, but obviously this A defense now significantly weakened. And we turn our eyes towards Payne, who, again, has been pretty good. So I'm going to say this one is a foregone conclusion just yet for Art of War. Very, very nice kill. As you say, that's going to allow Payne to reposition, change things up, and set up for a bit of success. Unfortunately, his timing not quite perfect, as it does allow Art of War in onto the site and to get a bomb plant down.
Plant comes in from Plat. Art of War heavily set up around it. Got the AWP on long. Setting up for the post plant. HEs and mollies being thrown in onto the site, just harassing these Ts, chipping them down. Little circle jump from Texter. Too much Valorant. As Crunchy does get a pick off the Terry.
Both under a real amount of pressure right here and can't hold on. Lose his life. Sunshine's as well, and that'll be the round again. Going the way of Mindfreak. This is starting to look like a pretty one-sided game.
I've got a brand new problem. We used to have the Dexter issue. Now I've got the texture issue.
Texture.
Yeah, texture is like a Korean
yeah, that's right.
player.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Well, not much you can do about it. You just have to remember who the true GOAT is.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Me
Nice
too.
Tag on the Crunchy. Sunshine's with the scout tag on the cross. While he's into lower dark and hard. The cup needs to be careful not to get caught on guard. Dude, Texter. Unreal. Banging him straight through the smoke, and now they've got to try and run through a smoke here. Oath's unsure of himself.
As he should be, peeking like that. But maybe not. Gump's just been absolutely rolled by that Deagle. He didn't think that was going to work out for him, but it did.
Yeah, Texter's been, unfortunately, given a taste of his own medicine over the top of that mid-smoke. So Art of War with a man advantage for a second here. Terry with a Galil, so this buy's got some legs to it. Payne and Tux aggressing in tandem. The T's lie in wait, but they're still getting picked apart by this CT aggression.
Oh, Payne's having some trouble. Tux has gone anyway. Might have been a little better set up there if Payne was also ready to go on that corner angle, but instead just has to toss a flash through. So 2-on-2 is where we find ourselves, and this is where Crunchy's going to have to activate. He's been a little bit quiet, as is to be expected, as a substitute, as a stand-in. But if he could get at least one here, it would be a big difference maker in the round. He'll be able to get his incend down as well, though Sunshines has crept past that. There was a little hole in it. Crunchy now not aware, but has swindled him on the timing incredibly well. Look at that. Very well done from Crunchy.
Yeah. Maintaining that man advantage, but Sunshines will now be given control of the B site. Knows that one was tucked in towards upper dark. Gonna get himself a nice upper plant. Open plant, rather. Reaggressing back into upper dark. Just needs the one scout tag on the Crunchy and turn it into a one-on-one, and he's aware of it, but can't, unfortunately, connect a shot. Gonna go looking for the AWP now.
Well, this is a tough fight for Sunshines, but you can see a world where he wins it, and that is exactly how it starts. Payne, though, should be favored to win it, and he's not. Tech 9 out from Sunshines, gets the job done. Unfortunate, Mindfreak letting that one slip. 6-3 the scoreline. It's still not a bad spot to be in if you're Mindfreak here, but probably should have been converting that one.
3 rounds left in the half. I would say majority of Art of War's success has been down to some impact from Sunshines, really. The dude has been getting these speed pick on the rotation time and time again. Nice pick on the cross from Viridian City, outdoing Payne. Man advantage for Art of War. They need to take advantage of that. Make sure they win this round.
Definitely.
Picked up by Tux. He's been doing some AWPing not too infrequently, so could see him having some impact with it.
I mean, yeah, maybe. If it's 2016, mate. Do you remember AWPing Tux?
It's only been 9 years, mate. Relax, okay?
Do you remember, though? Tux was the next up-and-comer. The young star of the Chiefs Esports Club.
I'm talking about, like, the first Mindfreak with, like, the Super and those guys in it. Tux was AWPing in that.
Yeah.
That's not that long ago. That's like last year, isn't it?
He's always been having a little bit of a crack, that's for sure, yes.
That's a big pick from Gump. Finally wins that duel on the B rotation. That's the second time this round that Art of War have double smoked something.
Still, numbers advantage for Art of War. Viridian getting a lot of work done in this round. It's on to Tux here with the AWP. He's really relying on his riflers to keep him safe from that other angle, and it's worked out so far, but he needs another one. He probably needs to help out Crunchy here. The shots from the rifle are just not connecting, but the AWP at least is doing the damage. Crunchy's been able to get a reload off, and he is hiding behind that smoke. How long he can do that, though, remains to be seen. Viridian's watching for the push through. Tux is going to eat some significant nade damage. This really just comes down to, can someone win a 1v1? And Crunchy will answer that with a yes, but continues to go looking for more and give up his life. With 14 seconds left here, it's on to Tux to now hit a shot with that AWP. Time is starting to become a bit of a problem here for Art of War, and Tux is doing his best to ensure that that becomes as much of a problem as possible, but can't deny the plan. Oh, gets a good tag, though, but not going to be able to follow it up, and that'll be the round again for Art of War.
Really scraping their way back into this game. After what was a promising start that kind of fell apart, they are finally getting something rolling for themselves. Can we just say as well, this is 3 Hong Kong players. This is not even an OCE team anymore. This is a full Hong Kong import team.
We're part of Asia CS. Don't even worry about it. It's all fair and love and war.
Art of War.
If Team Liquid is an Asia team, Art of War's an Australian team.
3 Hong Kong, 1 Portuguese flag, and 1 Aussie. ECL host. Should farm, right?
Yeah, probably. My Australian goats.
My favorite Australian team. Hong Kong 1.
Been to Hong Kong a couple times.
I've been to the airport.
Yeah, it's a good airport.
Yeah, pretty solid. I had
I
a
rate
cup
it.
of tea there. Took a nap.
Wonder if Mindfreak can swindle this round. Headshot in there from Crunchy. He's been able to find himself an AK. There's not really much behind it. There's no armor or anything like that, so probably wishful thinking for Mindfreak, and that is proving to be true. Tux has probably missed his one opportunity there. Now being pushed out makes for an easy kill for Terry. And so this retrieved AK from Crunchy is just going to be a bit of aim prac.
Sunshine's is on the hunt. Just walking down mid with the Mac 10. No, it's his time to activate. Does catch him on the cross. The Mac 10. Death by 1,000 cuts. 108 or something, but it gets the job done. AK upgrade at the end of the round, and Mindfreak only leading by 1 at the half. As into round 12, they really do not have great money across the board, to be honest. In terms of util, they're going to have to take a bit of a hit here on multiple players. Whereas Art of War, man, really scrapping into this game. Got to give respect where respect's due. Looking like a late long take from Art of War here. Going to throw a progression smoke to B as well as to mid, try and deny info to the CT side. Gump's been dropped off here. They're really trying to isolate him and catch him on the flash timing, but he's playing anti.
Gump. Oh, just gets deleted. Art of War have really come alive in the latter half of this first half. Mindfreak are having some difficulty dealing with that, especially when Tex is out of the picture. He's only going to be able to get himself a 1-for-1 this time. Now, again, it's on to Pain with that orb. It's a scary challenge for Art of War walking up long against Pain, but this is a crucial shot. Inevitably gives up that advantage, or at least that equalizing number, which again is going to allow a bomb plant down. Crunchy may be able to grab himself a freebie here onto Oath. Just whips those shots. Really having trouble. And that'll be the end of the first half. 6-6. It's a good recovery from Art of War.
I'm not asleep or awake. Let the future escape.
Back into the second half, scoreline 6 apiece. It's been a nice little recovery from Art of War. They were looking pretty down and out, but did kind of come online. So now it's on to Mindfreak to turn things back on their head with this pistol.
Got that long info line. Big fight in the middle of the map, though. Three-way crossfire from the CTs. Flash up over the top, trying to set up Viridian and Terry to fight from lower dark and short. And so far, so good. All the trades come in from Mindfreak, and seems like we'll settle in a 4-on-4. Mindfreak wrestling back control of the middle of the map and trying to turn it into mid to B.
Ooh, that's a sharp one from Crunchy. And he's got another one there onto Sunshines. Okay. A little bit slow in that first half, but he's actually, I think, started to come online towards the back end of that half. And obviously in the pistol here, he's now up to 10-6 after being something like 3-5. So that's working out nicely for Mindfreak. 2 players now for the retake. Oath is very far away. Viridian looking for anything. And there is a defuse kit. You can see through the doors there on the bomb site. But time definitely of the essence here for the retake for Art of War. They've got to get going. Flash out. Oath is going to get the headshot onto Crunchy, but time a real factor, and Pain taking that headshot off of Viridian pretty much seals the deal. I'm not sure that Oath is going to be able to get it done now. Desperate as he is to try to get to that bomb, there's just no chance. He will at least avoid the embarrassment of getting knifed, but he will not win the round. And so Mindfreak walk away happy with a pistol round.
Yeah. Taking the nose out in front at the half. Enough kills for Oath, though, to glass cannon then M4 and drop it to one of the boys if he wants to go for that. Could be a nice little approach from Art of War. See if they do end up taking advantage of that. Crunchy, a man who loves to hit the aim trainers, so not surprised to see him hit like crispy one-taps with the USPs. He's one of those Kovacs blokes, you know?
Yep. Kovacs gamers. Well, it'll be a slow approach this time from Mindfreak. 1 player towards long, 1 towards middle, and 3 at upper tunnels. They're going to contact their way onto B, which may not work out for them here. There's 4 players ready to go. Texter will at least dislodge the first one cleanly, but with 2 more to find, things can go wrong. Util starting to get dumped out here. It is, luckily for Mindfreak, just USPs on this side, so not particularly threatening, as Oath is going to walk right into Texter, who says thanks very much. Be it an eco frag or 2 for him. Terry will grab Crunchy. I'm not sure where Crunchy's going with the bomb. He was jumping towards A.
Yeah, I mean, they think it's a 5-man B stack, I guess. They are going to clean up Terry, though. Not lose too much. 2 players go down, but 3 alive is serviceable for Mindfreak. Oath not buying in that last one, but I don't think he has enough to buy an ult. Indeed, no. If he'd just gotten 1 kill or a little bit more money, would have been able to throw Viridian and AWP heading into the first CT gun round, which is what I thought that they were saving for, as he didn't spend a single penny, but instead going for the rifle and full util. Mindfreak going for the long take in their first gun round here, and Art of War... Oh no, they're not actually going for it. But is Art of War just taking that long control, and Mindfreak taking the middle of the pretty quickly here.
Ooh. Quite some tags there onto Crunchy. Oh, and almost some more onto Texter as well. But Mindfreak do get across without loss. So standard palms flash for Terry. Viridian waiting on the line with the M4. It's a pretty standard hold. Mindfreak going to look to try to break it open. There's the flash over the top. It's a good one. It does slow things down somewhat. But now Terry in trouble. That fire tickling his toes, but it doesn't matter. He's surviving for now. Can't get the reload off. Gum still needs more. Payne's going to get it. But now Payne solo, 1 on 2. Should not be winning this duel any day of the week and won't. And that will be Art of War, keeping things close.
Yeah. Breaking the money of the T side. Gonna have to be a single save now for Mindfreak. And this is kind of the game that I was expecting, you know. Especially with Art of War playing with the majority of their roster here. Mindfreak 1 stand-in, but not, you know, someone that's really like anchoring the team or anything like that, or not pulling their weight. Serviceable stand-in, so could be a force buy out here for Mindfreak. Progression smoke onto long taken by Art of War. Mindfreak setting up for a B execute, looks like. Gonna try to hit a nice little pop timing here.
Well, Sunshines is going to be able to get the smoke down. There's no doubt about that. But is he going to be able to stop this rush? Is the smoke even going to dissuade Mindfreak? I suspect not. They're even happy to wait this smoke out, probably.
No HE to break it. So they will have to respect it. Banana's there reactively with a nade in hand, as is Sunshine. So there might be some kind of double nade on the cards when this progression smoke comes in.
Too early. Going to get a little bit of chip damage, but it's certainly not going to stop the rush. It maybe delay it. Molly now through as well. Terry's getting that info that there's something happening towards B. So he's got his own Molly, which again, or even nade, which again goes too early. Mindfreak are really biding their time. This is almost like the triple pump from them, and they're going to give it a crack now. straight out into a jumping kill from the MP9. Terry there for 2 with the AK, but the B side has been cracked open. That is great patience from Mindfreak. It is going to reward them with a bomb plant.
Yeah, still a winnable round for Art of War, though. Grouping up. Aggression through window being considered by Mindfreak, and unfortunately they might get caught off guard if Viridian does push through doors. Pressure coming in from Oath. Molly going to keep him back for the time being. Nate return does do a little bit of a tickle onto Tux. Flash through the window. Oath and Viridian going up through doors. First door won by Viridian, and it's a great trade by Oath. Ready for the swing on Heaton's side from Paint. And one player surviving for Art of War. Even things up at 8 apiece. Even with the bomb plant, Mindfreak has not built up very much loss bonus at all, and they will still have to take a save here, most likely. Could go for a hero rifle or something like that.
Yeah, so many of these rounds coming down to the absolute wire. A lot of 1v1s. Mindfreak are going to try again. Hero AK. We thrown over to Texter.
It's kind of like they are forcing. So
yeah,
really,
it's not even a hero AK.
2 of them are saving. I've seen this kind of buying pattern a little bit before, where you do get 2 players that kind of save and 3 people who force. Singular smoke thrown out onto, well, actually 2, onto mid doors and long, trying to deny info to the CT side, and then it looks like they're just going to try to contact up short, get some flashes up over the top.
It's a nice setup for Art of War, but it is going to be dismantled quite easily. Sunshine's very low. Lucky to get away with one there through the flash, but it's not going to keep Viridian alive. Certainly not, and it won't stop them from getting onto the bomb site either. Duck's just jumping around all over the place, looking for anything with that MAC-10. Inevitably, it's going to have to slow things down. Bomb plant on the floor now, and Mindfreak feeling pretty good about this round. Some delaying util if there was any attempt at a retake there for Art of War, but in the end, they're just off to save.
Yeah.
Which, that might be the first save we're seeing for the map.
It's gone fantastic for Mindfreak. Did exactly what they wanted to there. The first flash didn't even make it up over the ceiling. Someone's not hit a lineup there, but that's what I like to call a confidence flash. It's completely ineffective, doesn't blind any CTs, but the way that Mindfreak swung with that flash, like it was the best flash in the world, man. Just swinging up short and winning some handles, and then winning the round from there with some nice flashes scaled up over the top short. They end the round with multiple rifles picked up from the CT side, and Gump even taking Sunshines with him at the end of the round. That's a fantastic round for Mindfreak. 3 rifles swindled away from the CT side, 1 retained, and the money broken for Art of War. That is the kind of round that wins you the game.
Yeah, and we're getting to that sticky, pointy kind of end of things, where it's just going to become unrecoverable for Art of War. Never say never. Sunshine's with a scout. Can he pull off some miracles? Can't imagine so. Mindfreak are already walking out B.
It's a very weird purchasing from Art of War. Oath going to aggress with the singular AK though. Up short. Wins the first opening duel. Mindfreak with a man disadvantage, but full control of this B site. Gump looking to cut the rotations. Pain in transition. Going to try to make it onto that B site and establish an after plan. But you can see Art of War already centralized around the middle of the map. Are they going to clear out top mid and look for the lurker? Really looks like Viridian's looking for Gump here.
Oh, he's going to find him. Gump did not know what hit him.
The awareness was insane. It's like he knew. Read it so beautifully. And we're saving. Okay. Even though we're in a 5-on-3. I'm not going to lie. I don't hate this. In terms of min-max in the economy over time, I actually really like this approach. Sunshine's and Banana sticking around, looking to try to maybe cut the rotations or get a kill on the way out, something like that. But 3 rifles being saved over here for Art of War at this juncture of the game instead of just trying to brainlessly go for a retake. I really like it, to be honest. Gonna help get them another buy later in the half, most likely.
Well, there's not too many rounds to play with, so every round is going to matter here. And we'll take a tack timeout on behalf of Art of War. Viridian's probably cooking up some extremely elaborate strat.
Yeah. I mean, CT side, keeping an idea of Mindfreak's tendencies so far. It's been a lot of pressure on middle, a lot of info denial in the early round without really much like a bite to the bark, so to speak. They do like throwing that mid-door smoke and long height smoke without really contesting long. Once again, Mindfreak do not have the spawn to contest long here. They have basically been pressuring the middle of the map, going cat and going for B executes or B endings. And that's been pretty much it from Mindfreak so far. There's been a lot of depth behind that once again. The info denial smokes on towards mid doors and long. Art of War not respecting that, taking that long control. Scout kill from Sunshines and a dink over into the B side. But Oath's going to return his own dink and they're going to speed up into B here. What a flash from Oath to keep himself alive. This is beautiful B anchoring.
Oh yeah, he might not even go down. That's a great round.
Sunshines as well on the rotation up B ramp. Hits every shot with a scout. That is ridiculous from Art of War. Those must have been some crazy scout shots as well. But the B anchoring was even more impressive. Dear Lord.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows for the Art of War. So they go up to 9. And that situation we were talking about where money's maybe a bit of a problem for the CT side is no longer the case. It's actually flipped. The script has flipped. Mindfreak are the ones now in trouble.
It's a long contest. Haven't seen this yet from Mindfreak. They don't have the timing to contest it off the back. Double mollies. They are going to look to flash out late. Flash up over the top. There's 4 CTs here ready to contest. What a read from Mindfreak. It's a complete shutdown with counter flashes over the top. Unreal. Art of War. Just perfect CT reads from them.
There's 3 nades in CT spawn.
If they even need them.
Yeah, we don't need them the way we're shooting right now. That's a good kill from Payne. Oh, that's a very good kill.
That might not have been what you wanted to do with the nade.
Yeah, he's going to get a bomb plant now. And if Payne somehow finds a way to win this round, he's the GOAT. Nade's going to tickle him up a little bit. Oh, has he seen Viridian? Well, Viridian's definitely seen him. So, saved by Art of War. It will be a little bit more expensive than it could have, but
yeah,
take the round at this point. Money's still not too shabby.
Yeah, right there. Their money's fantastic. Courtesy of that pretty, like, passive save, I would say, in the half. Plus, a couple of cleaner rounds have really helped them string this CT economy together. Mindfreak, on the other hand, only just touching 2.4 loss. Gonna have to buy down to a round 2k. Texter gets himself a hero rifle because he's having a bit of a heat up. Got a bit of belief that he can try to cause a bit of an upset in this round, or at least do some damage to the CT money, if anything. It's the same thing mirrored on both sides of the map. Mollies to secure control, double nades to try to catch Mindfreak waiting behind the mollies, setting up a pop play, and then smokes to secure that control, both in long height and upper dark. Mindfreak forcing their way through the middle of the map in the meantime.
It's nice space taken by Mindfreak, but what are they going to do with it with no util? One flash. And already it's being recovered by the CT side. Viridian also grabbing that opening kill onto Crunchy. Sets himself up for a nice second shot onto Texter. Art of War putting themselves in the position to win this map. Which will be a horrible surprise for Mindfreak.
Yeah. It's been a great comeback on the CT side. HE harassing them, flash up from the B site. Trying to set up Terry for success. See if he can turn it on once again. Mindfreak just tucking their tail between their legs, making their way back to the B side, but that's straight into Oath, who's been having a heater in this part of the map.
Versus Deagle at that range. Not going to work out. Tux gets the headshot, but Sunshine's still here trying to lock it down, and he is safe in the knowledge that Viridian is also there to help him out, so he doesn't have to peek until the contact is made. Again, a good trade from Gump. but this is not going to be enough to win in the round. He is just surely never getting a bomb plant.
Art of War's all over him. 3 players surviving. They slap away the attempt at the half buy. Mindfreak putting a buy together, but it's not the kind of buy that you'd want to fight for the game with. You're going into a round against Viridian's Orb with 3 flashes total. No one's going to go down to Khalil, so going to have to be a bit more of a straightforward approach from Mindfreak to some extent here. Got the mid doors. Once again, both extremities being secured by Art of War. It's a big, anticipating a long take there, which did reward them with a round earlier, but this time, Mindfreak will not oblige it. They'll work the middle of the map instead.
Well, nades over the top have been relatively ineffective this time around from Art of War. Game is really teetering on a precipice. A loss here for Mindfreak is probably a loss in the map. Ooh, and Viridian, his timing just a little bit off there. Might have been on for a freebie against Texter.
I mean, not that he knows it, but this is his round to really take over. Only 2 flashes left on Mindfreak. Oath trying to go for a pick off the back of a flash set up from his teammate. May help Mindfreak actually read this goose setup. HE does a lot of damage. Yeah. It's 100 damage from a single nade. And it looks like Mindfreak going to throw that progression. So a hell of an entry from Texter. That's against the AWPer.
Yeah, he just peeked in front of the flash. Viridian maybe going a little bit too early. There was a flash flying across. Now Oath going to be forced out of his position by a Molotov. The hold here is going to be difficult, actually, for Art of War. They're going to use some of their utility, but they need to bail Terry out of trouble. They're not going to be able to do that. Crunchy grabs Oath on the swing. Might be going back to 11-11, but for a very nice nade from Sunshines. If Banana could get himself one right here, it might change the game a little bit. Sunshines is doing it all himself. Come on, just need to get some shots in here, and Banana can't hold on. Oh, he's going to be kicking himself for that round, because that really was there for the taking for Art of War.
Give it some help, Jordan.
Yeah.
2 heroes just absolutely trying to hard carry their team through the round. Sunshine's on one side, but Texter was a little better. Opens up the round with the entry onto the AWPer and then wins the 1-on-2. Keeping Mindfreak alive here, but with only 1 player surviving. Their money is bankrupt, as is Art of War. 1900 loss bonus at 11-11. Whoever loses this round will be broke, facing map point for their opponents.
Yeah, this round is for the game, basically. Doesn't always work out like that, but it should. Terry try to get aggressive in the middle. Ooh, gets his timing wrong. The flash problematic. Payne definitely saw him. Yeah, so wisely, Terry's going to back off.
They know that Art of War was trying to aggress there. It's not something we've seen too much from Art of War. Banana has got full control of long. Here's the short take coming out from Mindfreak. Premium being put on holding B and mid to B here for Art of War. It's only Terry here to hold the A site, really, after a lot of short splits from Mindfreak, or short plays. Banana picks his timing perfectly. That was being held for so long by Gump, and he's just slipped the net.
Ooh.
It's another hell of an entry from Texter.
Yeah, Crunchy needs to be patient here, but... Oh, he gets the headshot across. That might be a death sentence now for Art of War. Oath is going to get the refrag, which is nice, but if I'm Art of War here, I'm thinking about the save. I'm thinking about the fact that we would have to retake the A site 3-on-4, and if we lose all of our guns, we probably lose this game.
No kits. 1900 loss bonus. Sunshines has got 1600, so that's 1 rifle dropped over. This is actually a much better buy than Art of War may have had otherwise. Mindfreak looking to aggress. They really want to upgrade these pistols to rifles heading into the last round if possible, or even try to take rifles away from the CT side. MP9 found. M4 even better. CT's sitting where the T spy guns as far away as possible. And they will hold on to these 3 rifles, sending it to round 24 here. 1 dropped across from Sunshines. And an MP9 handed to Banana. Or a Famis, we'll see. We'll have something to work with heading into this round. And a therapeutic util. It's not a bad buy to fight for the game with.
Yeah, definitely could be worse. Maybe we go OT. Very real possibility. Texter can pull off another magical entry. It's a fight over long. That didn't go well for Mindfreak last time they tried it. This time they're out. They don't know about Banana. And in the smoke, Brodian catches touch. This is starting to look like it's going to go to overtime. The heroics are just not there for Mindfreak. And Gump would need a 1-on-3, which is too much to ask. So indeed, we will be going overtime.
It's a big game so far from Dexter and Payne. As to be expected. A bit more of an effort by committee from Art of War. Seen a lot of impact from Oath and Sunshines in particular. I believe Terry was our player to highlight, and in most of the games that I've watched from Art of War in the last little bit, he's been a bit of a hard carry. He's had a really big purple patch of form a little while ago. Not sure if that'll continue into this season of ECL.
Overtime at number 1 underway.
Long secured by Art of War. Mindfreak looking to take the middle of the map in the meantime.
Bit of chip damage there happening on short, but nothing too untoward in this round so far. Nice nade. Nade usage has generally been pretty good from Art of War.
Yeah. I think Mindfreak are happy with how this is going so far. They've got an aggressive lurk out middle. They've taken short control. They're applying pressure with a lot of smokes. Onto short, deep into upper dark. Trying to deny a lot of information. Mid to B smokes up as well. But Mindfreak have pretty much used all of their utility on this and are looking to go for a 1-4. Beautiful flash to set up Terry to clean out the aggressive lurk in middle. And now this is a bit more one-dimensional for Mindfreak. They're all stacked up in upper tunnels.
Oh, he'll get his incent down. That's nice, considering he was fully blind. And the rest of the job has been done by Sunshine, who has really turned it on in the last few as well. 13-12. Great start to the OT for Art of War.
That's a fist bump from the boys from Hong Kong. Sunshine sets up Terry to get the pick onto Texter on mid doors, and then Sunshine's from B ramp throws an absolute belter into upper tunnels to let Terry just clean up the rest of Mindfreak. Both these guys flashing for each other and setting each other up to win the round. That's the kind of chemistry that you get from playing together for such a while. Oh my god, what a shot on the cross from Payne.
Well, it's a good player to take out of the picture early. Not much of a response from Art of War so far. Viridian trying to get them one, but that's a great swing from Gump. And Oath, well, he'll try and do what he can towards B, and he's been good, but that is severely short of what's required. So Mindfreak definitely waltzing their way toward a victory in this round, at least.
Wouldn't be so short. Oh, what a shot from Gump. You were right. Positionally, you could see that coming together for Art of War. The flank from top middle. That one player outside of upper dark. There were timings where, realistically, Art of War could have won from a 2-on-4 there if Mindfreak makes a couple of mistakes, but they don't. Going to even things up 13 apiece and convert the round off the back of Payne's fantastic shot on the cross. Haven't seen Art of War go for any aggression into lower dark or anything like that just yet, really. Another tag on the cross from Payne. They've been harassing them. Here's the top mid aggression, actually, from Terry. Overheats a little bit.
1 for 1. Could be worse. Viridian got a beat on lower dark. That's a very nice flash, though. There's going to be enough to push him off the line, but he'll perhaps get the last laugh, a little bit more chip damage there onto Crunchy before he eventually fades away.
Upper dark aggression, though. Crunchy wants to keep it in check. Little bit of a head bob from Sunshines. Crosshair placement was head high, but unfortunately there was no head to be found. He couldn't even react to the shot, to be fair. A little bit too quick. Smoke gets blown open, and Viridian taking full advantage of that, setting himself up for the pick onto paint. Mindfreak find themselves at a 2-man disadvantage. With no real control of the map yet.
Text up. Perhaps up the creek without a paddle here, but that molly's going to help him. So 1v4 turns to a 1v3. Lose quite a substantial amount of his HP to that one, though, and he's going to go for a drop into CT, which is ambitious. 14 for Art of War.
Yeah, just missed the jump. Maybe if he hit that first jump, that would have been the timing he was looking for onto Sunshines. But too much noise made, unfortunately, and Sunshines is ready for the drop. Punishes it accordingly. Yeah, 2-1 in the first overtime here. It's only the first best of one between these two teams. With another left to play here. Have a look at some of the results of the other games, because some of them are done. Vantage beating Mantra, and Talon recovering a half deficit to take out KZG in a bit of a closer game. Couple of stand-ins there. Viridian, what a shot. What was that? On to B.
Not the start, the second half that Mindfreak are looking for, that's for sure. Crunchy bouncing all over the place, really. Not sure where he wants to go. Ultimately, going to join forces with the rest of Mindfreak in middle. Seems they're making a bit of a gamble.
They throw a deep B smoke. They're going to re-smoke B as well and try to stack towards middle of the A site. Looks like they were looking for a pick in middle or trying to go for a mid-crunch. There's a flash up over the top. And a molly from the CTs for some reason. Right where Crunchy was standing. I'm not sure what that was about. They are really trying to aggress and recover this man disadvantage coordinated off of util. And Art of War is just juggling around util and long. Beautiful lurk up from Terry. He's the solo man on short. Doesn't need to overplay his hand here.
Oh. Well, if he's got aim like that, then he can do whatever he wants as far as I'm concerned. The Art of War putting themselves in a map-winning position. They'll have 2 map points to play with.
There's 2 OGs to try and recover it. These guys have won so many national titles in Australia. This game, you know, based on a lot of their history in CS, would probably be considered a cakewalk in the past, but nowadays, they're a bit tougher. Art of War putting them right on the precipice of dropping this first map in the best of 2.
It is nice to see, though, Art of War kind of back in action with the full core roster. Terry, Sunshine's Oath have all been phenomenal today. Viridian, really, really solid as well. Anyone that's kind of gone missing a little bit has been Banana, but a bit of a whatever. Tux is not going to get to take the AWP into the next round. Not that it's hugely going to matter. They will buy it again.
One more for Art of War to win this first best of 1. And looking at the overall standings, I think it's one that they need. They are 0-2 right now, minus 14 round diff. They have not played many games. For Mindfreak, surprisingly 3-3, and this would be them going 3-4 if they drop this map, which doesn't even guarantee themselves a spot in the playoffs, and that is the second time in 2 or 3 rounds you've seen Pain get picked first by an opposing AWPer.
Yeah, can't be feeling too happy about that one again. Another opening for Art of War. Time is ticking away for Mindfreak on the map now. But Art of War have got a fair bit of it to play with, so they're not going to rush anywhere too quickly off of that pick. Just going to start to establish some mid-control.
Art of War not in a rush. They found themselves in these man advantage situations multiple times. And really like to take their time. See Mindfreak continually harassing them with utility, looking for chances to aggress. That time, not punish. Texter going to do a little bit more chip damage with the nade, trying to hold in tandem with Gump. As his short pressure comes in.
Hey, Util used a little early there from Mindfreak. Art of War have still got plenty to play with, so if they wanted to, they could double pump this.
I mean, it's very intentional. They're trying to trade down their util. They know that the CTs have to make a play in the 5-on-4. It's a very patient play. Just trading down material.
Flash over the top. Texter can't see a damn thing, and it'll be Viridian who wall bangs to get the kill onto Texter. You see one Art of War player falling, but that is really not enough for Mindfreak. They've been completely locked out of the A-bomb site now. It's a 4v2 retake for Tux and Crunchy. Now we're looking at this and thinking, how on earth have we lost this game? They were in pole position at one point to close it out, but unless they pull off a miracle right here, it's going to be done. And it's definitely looking more and more difficult as that time goes by. Crunchy, 18 and 19. Hasn't been too bad as far as the substitute has been concerned, but that is not enough to win the map for Mindfreak. And Art of War will take the first map here against Mindfreak.
Yeah, really nicely done. Great comeback. A lot of big rounds strung together in a bit of a streak from Art of War after being down at one point like 6-2 or something like that. Was looking like a pretty Mindfreak biased game. Art of War, they show a lot of resilience there, and it's a bit of an effort by committee. Had a lot of moments from all of the different individuals. Be good to see this team with their full core back in full force, because I think it's going to make for a more competitive Oceanic scene. You know, we need as many teams up there at the top, kind of scrapping it out as possible, especially now that OCE is getting mixed in with a lot of Asia in VRS. Need to be pushing the level up overall, because we're not just playing in a little small pond anymore. We're playing on some bigger ping numbers against some Mongolian boys and various other regions as well.
Yeah, indeed. Well, still one more best of one coming in this matchup. It's Art of War and Mindfreak. We're going to take a bit of a break. Don't go too far away, though. We'll be back in about 10 minutes or so.
Think you've seen it all? With Faceit Watch's Point of View Selector, you can experience the game from any pro's perspective. Use the multi-view feature and customize the stream with up to 4 angles. Control what points you see while earning rewards. Drops are activated and lucky winners will receive Faceit points. And if you ever miss a match, VODs are now available. Get instant access to demos with multiple POVs and commentary. Watch it, control it, Faceit.
Damn, guys, we almost had this.
Thank God it's over.
Bored of endless matchmaking? Take your first step towards ECL, experiencing real strategies against teams of your skill. Learn more at fce.gg/ECL.
I'm bulletproof, don't ever lose. Put the evil in the devil, let him let it loose. I'm an earthquake, make your bones shake. There's no question I'm the king, I always dominate. A force to be reckoned with, better remember it. Look at what I can do, walking all over you. Incredible, it's criminal. I never lose, I'm bulletproof.
reflection and find that I left my distractions behind. In the meantime, I'll blindfold my pride and keep hold of my time like it's gold. Fading from color, reaching to find when I wonder how I stand or all the fine. What's the right waste of time? Fading from color, stuck in the backseat, told to drive.
Welcome back on and jumping back into the Art of War and Mindfreak, which right now is looking pretty good for Art of War. They did actually manage to get themselves the map victory there on Dust 2. So now we're going to head into the second BO1, and Mindfreak's going to look to equalize things. But I, for one, have to say I was a little bit surprised with how that one played out. It looked like it was going to go pretty comfortably for Mindfreak, the way that first half started and even how the second half was kind of going. And then all of a sudden, Art of War just turned it on and kind of ran away with it.
Yeah, it was 6-6 at the half, but it started off like 6-2 for Mindfreak. So pretty nice comeback from Art of War in the first half. We went 6-6 again, and then once we moved into overtime, 4-1 overall for Art of War. It really felt like they played better and better as the map went longer, first of all. But second of all, it really felt like they were kind of getting the better of the reads in a lot of different situations over Mindfreak. Mindfreak, as we look through to the veto here, we are going to get Mirage, which was the second last map left over last time around. So, I mean, it's kind of a gentleman's agreement at this point. Dust 2 was the last map left over in the first best of one veto, and now into the second best of one veto. The second last map, Mirage, will come out. Looks like Mindfreak showing some willingness to play Train there, which is an interesting one. Art of War banning it out, though.
No, I don't think I've seen a veto change in any of the ECL games I've done. Like where we've seen the first veto come through, and then we've gone into the second veto, and someone's decided to like do something different. It just has not happened. It's always been that second last banned map as the second game in the series. So interesting stuff. But either way, we're going to go to Mirage, and I don't know how much that's really going to change. From Dust 2. Like, is that going to work significantly one way or the other? I don't imagine it will make much of a difference for either Art of War or Mindfreak. That is, I guess, the nature of the beast when you have a veto like this.
I I mean, looking at the last series, what format is this? So it was the best of 3. We actually did get Mindfreak picking Dust 2, Art of War picking Mirage, with Anubis being left over, which I think Anubis was like the last map to be banned in this best of 2 veto over in the EPL. And we did actually get Mindfreak, like you said, kind of dominating the last series, which was a little bit of a different roster for both teams, to be fair. But we've already seen a 13-2 in the favor of Mindfreak get turned around to an OT win for Art of War. And now, last time it was 13-9 in favor of Mindfreak on Mirage. So we're going to see them both take each other on Mirage. And relax, guys. This is not live. A T 5 seconds in the round in towards window would be insane stuff.
That would be.
But that would be an entertaining start to the pistol. You just drop us into the middle of the pistol and we've already got a T in window. That'd be great.
Some kind of show match vibe where they just spawn you all over the place. Could be interesting.
Yeah, it was a much closer game though last time around between Art of War and Mindfreak on Mirage. So not sure exactly what we're going to get this time.
Guess we will find out. Got 2 sets of smokes. Bunch of flashes there as well for Mindfreak. So they're trying to cook something. It is going to be towards the B side of the map that they will be headed. Gump on the entry duty, it would seem. And it's not a bad call here from Mindfreak at all, because there is only one player on this B bomb site. So they just have to get past Banana. Although, quick wrap in from Sunshines, and Terry will be there in just a second as well. They won't actually be smoked off. There's no smokes going towards short, so actually all of a sudden this turns into a very difficult round to get through for Mindfreak. The numbers have come across so fast for Art of War, and Mindfreak have walked just straight into the blender.
It's a massive crossfire. CT scaling out market, 2 players over on short, 1 in jail. No chance you're breaking through that. That's Mindfreak. Felt like Art of War was all over that pistol. Mindfreak, that was a bit of a like slower setup kind of pistol. You had the smoke through to market. Flash onto side as well. But it felt like that kind of pistol round gave the Art of War plenty of time to react and rotate accordingly, and they were able to flood into that side super easily.
Yeah, great start to the map. Art of War going to keep on rolling from Dust 2, which is exactly what they'd want. Banana having a little bit of trouble there with the jump spot, but luckily no quick rush from Mindfreak, so won't get punished for it too much. He's going to drop a smoke pretty early on in the piece, though, over towards B. But
actually, ooh, crunchy.
That's interesting.
I mean, he's the only player to buy anything in this round for Mindfreak, and he's cracked it open with that pick onto jungle side. There's no CTs really with any control or agency on A right now, and the bomb is making its way over there. Terry's taken top mid, but top mid is not the bomb site.
Nope. Tux has been able to take CT spawn, so positionally speaking, Mindfreak actually have got the advantage here, but Art of War, with all the weapons in the world, should still be winning this one. And now that Crunchy's out of the picture, just Glocks. It really doesn't bode too well for Mindfreak. In saying that, though, they should be pretty happy with that round. They get the bomb plant down, take a couple of guns away. Can't ask for too much more.
That's a beautiful outcome, considering they only bought a deagle in that round. They got a bomb plant and 2 kills. Definitely be happy with that. Looking at that EPL game, both teams playing with 2 different players that are present in the server today. Mindfreak had Ricky and Reeps as a stand-in. Art of War had Ali and Neo. Instead of the Hong Kong boys coming back in.
We've got a pause.
We love a tech pause.
I did see a tweet from Gump in the break. It seems he's maybe having a couple of issues. So that may be what this is in regards to.
We love that. Had terrible internet when I was competing in CS like a million years ago. And it was fun. Really fun to deal with. Getting packet loss and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, despite the fact that you live in Australia, you need to get some stable internet if you're going to compete.
Oh, it's
Most
Banana.
of the stuff is online these days.
Unless he's literally in Hong Kong right now, 140 ping doesn't look very good.
Yeah, it might not be Gump this time. Might be Banana.
Yeah.
I don't think he would be, because Banana was one of the Hong Kong boys that was present for the games 2 weeks ago, so it's not like he's coming back and forth or anything, I don't think. It's Terry and Sunshines that have dropped into the roster more recently.
Right.
Banana's been there the whole time. But look, if he's studying or whatnot, then could just be roommates on YouTube, scrolling through the Instagram reels.
It happens.
Gonna get some short aggression from the CT side this time. Double flashes up over the top, including one from the B anchor. Top mid smoke gets broken, but all for North. Hands off approach from Mindfreak. Tux tries to go looking for something. He's punished heavily for that. Molly to secure that opening pick and prevent a trade from underpass, which wouldn't have come in anyway. And in the meantime, Mindfreak looks to extend some control onto that B site while Crunchy lurks out A.
Yeah, there will be no mid control allowed for Mindfreak, but B site is now where they have their sights set. Drop into the site has been heard for sure there by Banana, and out of war, they are extremely prepared for this one. That was a little bit of a wayward spray, honestly, from Banana, but he had such an advantage in positioning that it did not matter. Crunchy down as well, and that leaves only pain, and he is living up to his name because this situation really is pain for Mindfreak.
You're not wrong. Bunny's not good on the CT side just yet, though, so realistically, every gun he takes away from the CTs here is going to have some impact. Aggression through underpass. Sunshine's on a great angle to be picking pain up here. See how switched on he is. Oh, what a reaction! Sunshine doesn't even get a bullet on him.
Well, that flower pot was going to cover him, but it didn't. He's making a lot of noise over towards B, though. And there's not really anywhere else that he can go with 17 seconds left on the clock. So Art of War are going to congregate their forces on that B bomb side, and they know they've won the round at this point.
Yeah. Takes a kill with him. Holds onto the AK, try and do some more damage in the next round. But Art of War, honestly, since the 6-2 from Mindfreak, have kind of been looking like the better team in this series so far. Especially as it's gone longer and longer. I'm feeling more and more confident for them the longer this goes on. I don't know about you. Now Terry's online. Don't even think that was top level form from Terry in that last game. Terry can be terrifying. He's feeling it. Terry Bull to play against. Terrific as your teammate. Got another one for me.
I've got one, but I'm not going to say it, actually. I think you can think of the one I might have.
You have to type it to me. I'm not feeling creative. No HE to break the smoke.
Got a chuckle. Sunshine's MP9 should be doing some real damage right here, and he does get a lot. Actually, he's got that USP out as well, so a little bit messy. Crunchy doing some things with the Deagle. He's been kind of locked in with that Deagle in hand tonight, but it might still not be enough. Gump has been capable of creeping his way onto balcony.
One or two on the cards. Really comes down to some kind of mistake from the CTs. Jumps to what could be punished by Banana. This ticket booth is very spammable, but he's going to be given nothing. Because looking... Very safe positions from the CTs here. Doesn't quite catch Banana on the cross there.
No.
Oh, that's a freebie onto Oath.
Ooh,
now over to the B side. He's reading this very well.
Very, very winnable. But Banana also is kind of on his bike. That Molly's going to slow him down a tad. He's going to go for the short jump instead. See if he gets it. He's not. So that's going to cost him some pretty significant time and certainly diminishes his chances of winning this round, though Gump in, I guess, what would be considered a pretty, quote-unquote, obvious position. The only issue is going to be it's going to take a long time for Banana to even get to the point of clearing out Van. And he really can't afford to be taking things this slowly. He's got a smoke, so could go for a smoke defuse. But he might just clear Van in time. Let's see. A big swing here in the Van. Will win the round. Oh, will it? Will he? Has he got time? I think he might.
Yeah. Very tight.
Oh,
Beautiful clear, though.
That's insane.
Down to the last second. Needed to find Gump right then and there. Got more expensive than it needed to be. That was only a half buy from Mindfreak with saved over AK from Pain. So bomb plant plus a whole lot of kills is a lot of pressure on the CT economy and a lot of more firepower in this T-side buy heading to round number 5. But I mean, we're still waiting for Mindfreak to get on the board here.
Yeah. Look, it's an expensive round for Art of War, but either way, you'll take as many as you can, especially at the start of the map, to build up a sizable lead, get that scoreboard pressure. Techstar was fantastic in the first map, but has definitely disappeared now. Gump is waiting for that push from Sunshines, but will not be able to convert the kill on the peak. Ooh, nice shot from Pain.
I have great news. Mac is awake.
That's excellent.
4-on-3 here. 1 for 1 inside a window. A lot of damage onto Gump there. Terry getting locked into short. This is still very winnable for Art of War. It's a bit of a misread from Mindfreak. Crunchy feeling generous, going to donate his life over to the CT side, and that's a big duel for Terry to win.
Yeah.
9-3. Terry's turned it on, Jordan.
Turn it on, Terry. They don't know where exactly Pain was, but last they saw, he was top mid. So Terry seems pretty switched on to the possibility, and Banana's going to spot him out. So that is surely now going to be info for Terry. And that is also going to be a 5-0 for Art of War. It seems nothing is going right at the moment for Mindfreak on map 2.
Complete contrast to the last series these scores played against each other. Feeling like Art of War really here to play. Did see some little bit of stuff on Twitter from Viridian, I think it was, where he was saying we haven't been able to get the full roster together. We've had a slower start to the year than we would have liked. I mean, this is the kind of performance you wanted to be seeing against a team like Mindfreak.
Yeah, it just gets better and better, doesn't it? Bit of an awkward buy for Mindfreak here. They don't have too much util. A couple of smokes have been used into middle. But definitely looking for that A setup. Which means they're going to have to do this with only the 2 smokes and a couple of flashes. Gump has got those flashes. He is at the back. So he's going to be tossing them over, you'd imagine. Does look to be a little bit more of a contact play from Mindfreak. There's 1 flash to go with it. And now some of the utils starting to get tossed out in addition to that connector smoke. But Tux on the warpath will get the opening entry. And that's exactly what Mindfreak needs. Terry also low. Has to duck back into the safety of connector. Which means advantage Mindfreak.
Yeah, no util here for the T's though. They're battered and bruised as well. And it's not like Art of War don't have sightlines coming in on the retake from Con, Jungle, and CT to peg some picks back, and that's exactly what they do. Banana and Oath both striking nice trade onto Crunchy as well. It's a man advantage now.
It is. Bomb obviously planted favorably for Mindfreak, but some good damage onto Gump. There's an incend for Oath. He's going to toss that one through into Palace, but now he needs to get this job done on his own. He is aware of the positions, but the spray control just wasn't quite there. Maybe the spray control was, but the raw adjustment, I think, just a little off. And Mindfreak are going to limp their way through their first round, but they do get themselves around. And it is enough, actually, to break that CT economy in most senses of the word. So that is a decent start to what might still be something for Mindfreak.
Yeah, they could definitely recover this T half at this point. Chipping in enough damage over time to finally break through the gun round win. That round completely changes the trajectory of how this was going. 5-0 for Art of War now and anti-eco if they don't get degged and scouted out of this round. But here relatively cleanly, then things can go a little bit better. That's a good start for Tux. One of the degs going down early on. safe anti-eco here. Mindfreak just turtling in middle, anticipating some A aggression. They've dropped off Gump in B apps. And not really doing too much of anything here.
I mean, Viridian posted on that A ramp line is getting quite a bit of info, but could still be something happening towards Palace, and that's why Oath is sticking around. They also don't know what's happening in middle. Do have the 2 players over here, but it's just USPs to defend B with, so I don't really see too much happening here that will be favorable for Art of War, unless maybe Terry is going to remain unchecked, and even then he'd probably only be good for 1, so easy does it for Mindfreak. And we'll get that second.
Optimistic from Terry. Viridian just waiting for someone to make a mistake. Not being given anything. And Mindfreak, I mean, it's about as smoothly as you'd want an anti-eco round after you just reset the CT economy to be going for yourselves. 5 alive so far, haven't taken a lick of damage. Good chance for them to build up their T-side economy and then use it to recover the round deficit that they've accrued for themselves early on in this game. Could be a much tighter half at the end of things. Which is kind of the opposite of what we saw in that first map. Saw a big comeback effort from Art of War. This time they are the front runners here, but see if they can keep it going. Viridian's held on to the scout here. I want to see if he's going to hold on to that one. I have seen him wield the scout into buy rounds before, and indeed, yeah, he's going to do the exact same thing. He actually drops Terry a rifle there, I think, to save him some money.
Well, this will be a big one for Mindfreak. They can secure this. They can once again reset Art of War, and then they're right back into the half.
Mid pressure with util from Mindfreak. Gump trying to keep them interested. In the meanwhile, Mindfreak setting up for an A timing here. There are multiple players from Art of War ready to respond to this.
Is it a double pump? No. Doesn't look like it. Mindfreak just getting stalled up a little bit at Tetris, but they're okay. They're on their way out now. Sunshine's a bink, but not a kill. Unlucky not to get the better of Crunchy there. And that'll be the A site broken open, but Gump is going to give up the numbers advantage. There's no doubt about it. Tuki, Banana should be getting that one. And if not him...
Oh, sure about that? Oh, God,
what am I seeing?
That should have been free.
That should have been... All right.
Oh, my Lord. I mean, that is just Banana kind of screwing the pooch there at the end of the day.
Yep.
And Mindfreak will be happy with that. They'll take full advantage of those kind of misplays. That'll break the CT economy yet again here, and their money is really starting to build up. Another anti-eco on the cards for them. Terry, with the money that he's saved, has been allowed to get a Hero Famis here. Word Hero Famis just doesn't sound right to me.
No, it doesn't. But we may see what it can do for us, or we may not, because he's on the wrong side of the
Terry.
map.
I like what they're doing with it as well. Viridian's just like entering for him with the P250 and letting him trade with the Famis.
Well, they're going to be hearing those footsteps over towards A now. It's not the worst setup. Player in sandwich, a player under balcony, but the pistols are not hitting. So it will be another round for Mindfreak.
Let's go, Terry.
Turn it on Terry. Fast flank. Oh, if he was there 5 seconds fast, he could have denied the bomb plan.
I mean,
but
it's not really done too much.
Turn it off, Terry.
I mean, it's felt like a bit of a turn it on, turn it off kind of game. True. It's 5-0 for Art of War. That's 4 in a row for Mindfreak, and some of these rounds haven't been particularly close, and you've had some pretty key misplays from Art of War in a couple of them. Money's now fantastic for Mindfreak. Tack timeout for Art of War. I feel like they've been trying to fight middle quite a lot and haven't really found a good timing to do it in the early to mid round. Mindfreak's been playing quite slow, crawling paced T sides so far and been busting out of the extremities a lot. It's been a lot of B and A hits with light mid pressure most of the time. Haven't actually seen Mindfreak like run that tested and true default where they actually try to contest into connector and turn it into a split or anything like that. It's been much more like tickling middle and then, you know, busting out the sides, if that makes sense.
Yep. Well, still a lot left to play in this first half, and with a bye back in Art of War, and still turn this into a strong first half, which is what it was looking like it would be. This will be another very big swing round. Molly, Incend, Molly, nades, everything going into middle, alongside Texter.
Yeah.
He's already pretty deep into mid.
Hey, ramp contest though. Crunchy was ready for it.
Uh-oh.
Viridian, the next one to take contact. It's Panic with the AWP. He's getting punished for it. Double entry out A from Crunchy. Texter picking Terry as he tries to respond from it. Just peeking off the back of that contact. That's another misplay from Art of War. You cannot be getting 2 for 0 there by the A lurker.
Well, you know pretty much as soon as you miss that second AWP shot, you are just doomed at that point.
He looked like it was falling apart, like his whole life was flashing before his eyes.
Yep. That round is over in the blink of an eye. Suppose it'll be one that Art of War would rather forget.
Gump's just been sitting in B-ups the whole round, but Crunchy's just won it. Just waiting for Banana to come and save. They know that Banana's at B anchor. They're looking for him. That's sharp from him, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not good news.
Five, but it's definitely looking like it's going to be a Mindfreak half now. They can push for 7 here. Money's neither here nor there for Art of War in this round, so it's going to probably have to be either, a half buy or a full save. And they're going to go for the half buy. So a few MP9s across the board and a 5-7 for Viridian, but
I'll tell you what's more interesting than a half buy for Art of War. Underground up 12-7 against Rooster.
That is interesting.
Rooster up right up the top of the league. Underground somewhere near the bottom. Although they've had some closer games. Well, Crunchy's doing well for himself on the lurk as well. 14-8, and a lot of it's self-sufficient fragging.
Gum looking for some more entries. Not really finding them just yet. He's got the bomb in hand as well here, so won't overcommit, but does get a nice 2-piece for the bomb plant, which will leave Oath with a little too much to do, you would think, although Texas going to give him a freebie.
Both of the wing players for Mindfreak getting a lot of value this game. It's been really Gump and Crunchy to do the lion's share of the work. Oath, very stable B anchor on Dust too, but there was just too much for him to do there. Gump will put him down. 6 for Mindfreak. 6 in a row after being down 0-5. What a resurgence.
If they could get to 7, that's what they're going to want. 6-6 was the scoreline at the end of the first half on Dust 2, and that proved to be not quite enough for Mindfreak. So I don't think they're going to be exactly looking to rest on their laurels.
1-4 for Mindfreak. Light mid pressure with the lurk into middle from Gump there. The rest of Mindfreak 2 apiece on this A side of the map. Disrupted by CT smokes in ramp and palace for now. Oh, Texter trying to isolate a pick, but Terry picks him from top balk. As the A defaulter many moons ago, I can say I felt that pain before. Trying to molly under balk and you just get peeked from top balk. That is a feels bad man kind of moment.
Oh, Crunchy again looking to activate over towards A, having a little bit more trouble this time around. Oh, now he's cooked. Yeah, Sunshines has outplayed him there. A little bit of a creep in hit mid from Gump, and I was going to say if he could maybe get something done, but he won't. So it looks like we're going to go to 6-6. It'll be a very similar kind of a game to what we saw on Dust 2.
Yeah, with a bit of a role reversal. It's Mindfreak to complete a bit of a comeback with Art of War. Taking one right back at the half. 6 apiece once again, same as Dust 2. We'll see if it goes a different way after the break.
So, back into the swing of things for the second half. Once again, it is a 6-6 scoreline. So, expecting this to be a pretty close map. To go with the last, Art of War had a real opportunity to almost put Mindfreak in the ground, but weren't able to really quite convert that first half. And so, still anybody's guess as to where this will go.
Yeah, I mean, after the first 5, that's a 6-1 scoreline in the favor of Mindfreak. Momentum's well and truly with them. Right side A smokes for Art of War, finding themselves an empty A site. But they've lost Viridian in B apps. Mindfreak have the whole map outside of the A site. So it's up to the T's to convert this after plant into a round win.
Takes start. Have a bit of a look back in and hits a nice headshot onto Oath. So the retake, although slowly, has started to begin. If Crunchy were to be able to win his duel, That would be a big deal for Mindfreak, but in fact, he doesn't really need to do much here. He just needs to survive and ensure that Art of War cannot play the post plant from ramp. He'll stay for the fight and he'll win it. So now they know that Terry, the last player alive, is up there in the balcony. And he will be chased down in so much as he cannot deny the bomb defuse, and that will be the round 1 for Mindfreak.
Getting a couple of exits on the way out. He has still got light armor to his name. Has been broken, I think, by a few of the USP shots. So if he does want a hero AK or something like that here, which he will, he has to have no head armor. Which is going to be an issue against the CT weaponry. Mindfreak well aware that that could be a possibility. Taking this buy very seriously. 5 sets of head armor on the CT side. It's all rifles. Someone give Viridian a gun. For the love of God. A pistol at minimum. I think Terry even has a P250 that he could give him. Viridian's gone back for a techie. Smokes to middle. Which really indicates... Yeah.
Well, actually 3, but two progression smokes for Art of War, by the way.
Right. Really indicates that this is going to be a buy for them. And it's 5 players in middle here. Hands-off approach from Mindfreak. You can see even right off the rip, they've got Pain staring at Murder Hole 10 seconds into the round.
That's the last smoke thrown out now. And luckily, they are going to be able to get the opening pick. Texter with a bit of a wayward spray. Give up his life.
Yeah, he's trying to play with confidence, but I mean, that's Mindfreak fully giving up middle, and he's punished overstepping it. Comes to take the next duel from triple. They know that he's scurried away towards default. Big lean towards this A side of the map from Mindfreak, but Art of War is far from decided where they want to be going. They've got ladder control, and they're looking to turn this into a B split as Sunshines has found the middle of the map. He's going to be able to cut rotations from Murder Hole, and a 4-on-1 against Crunchy and B-Apps. He's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, does have a smoke. Not sure that he's going to be able to use that to delay, but he might be able to drop it down on the site and give himself some space to work. Looks like he just wants to take a fight on the contact initially. He has heard some steps now. He's gone to have a bit of a look. I don't know if he saw Banana's gun there, but I did. And Crunchy, he's only going to be good for 1, which is just not really enough in this situation. So Mindfreak going to immediately call the save.
Yeah. M4 picked up. I mean, Art of War did not particularly do anything special there, to be honest. Mindfreak, they just didn't really play the setup very well. They were hard 2-on-2, giving up the middle of the map, and then Texter gets caught trying to play with confidence, free peeking topside con. Next player takes a duel towards the A side of the map, gets pushed away. That pressure up connector, courtesy of losing the connector player, is enough to draw a 3-man rotation from Mindfreak away from where they were safely watching Murder Hole to a 3-1, and then Art of War just calls the perfect late round. Isolates Crunchy on that B side of the map, and there's only so much he can do against 4 players. Double eco for Mindfreak with 3 rifles saved. This is almost certainly going to be a force. But it's not the kind of force that fills you with a lot of confidence, because you look at Art of War's money and they've survived it so much in that last round that even if they get single reset here, you know, you're looking at Viridian, Terry, Banana, all of these guys can still buy into the next. There's no hard reset here for the CT off the back of this force. Ooh, great nade.
Yeah, very good. Crunchy, under pressure. He's going to do well with that deagle. Can't get any more than that, though. Yeah, and he's always been good for 1 so far tonight, but I wonder if he's done enough. Tuck's got himself 1. Tux is already out on the site. Sunshines was sort of expecting it, but damage has definitely been done here to Art of War. And this is a very winnable round now for Mindfreak. They've kind of corralled Terry back in the van. I think they're pretty cognizant of that possibility, so it's maybe onto Viridian to do something here. That nade's certainly going to bowl Terry over, which leaves Viridian as the last man standing, and they've necessarily spotted him, but they've definitely got some kind of info. The defuse will just about last, and even though Pain does go down, it is a round for Mindfreak.
On plant though, plus, like I said, economy built up. If Art of War, the poorest player, is 3.1. That's an instant reinvestment from the T side. The force by shenanigans are far from over, folks. Mindfreak, hard resettable, only surviving with 2 there, but a pretty good buy, honestly, for both teams, really. Orbs out for Pain. That could be a difference maker here. Gonna take that over to the A side of the map. Hasn't been having the most fantastic game so far. Front boost was considered in the middle by Art of War. It's a 1-3-1 for them. They don't opt to pull the trigger on it though. Pretty passive round for both teams, if I'm honest. Mindfreak trying to sell the illusion that they're actually fighting for middle when in fact they aren't by flashing over the top of Con and dropping a smoke onto Connector as well. Things settle now. Art of War look to take some space in middle. Not much util left here for the T side though. Boost up into window. Going to put Terry in a power position. Mindfreak doubling up on CT, anticipating the A split. They'll be correct about that.
He's ready for it. He hit that headshot onto Terry very quickly, but didn't land a follow-up bullet. So now it is just the double setup from Ticket. Texter playing at Texter, believe it or not. See what he can get done. Been a headshot, had Oath been popping up, but he wasn't. And so Mindfreak are going to have to cede control of that territory. Texter will be heard on the rotate by Terry. And Crunchy's still a long way away from this retake. This almost looks like it should be a save call already for Mindfreak. I think it's just going to take them too long to get back into the site for this retake, but it seems that they are going to go for it. Honestly, I'm kind of considering this a 3v5 at this point because I'm pretty sure Crunchy's just dead, but we'll see if he can come into play. Yes, he is dead. Crunchy and Texter go down in the blink of an eye, and while it started nicely, there's just too much to do here for Mindfreak. Yeah. Not on the defuse, and the round is over, so they end up losing a couple more guns.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, this has been a messy game at 8 apiece. Mindfreak a double eco again, with 2 rifles saved over, one of them being an AWP. You're almost considering another force here. I think it's correct to force here, to be honest. Like, this is almost a better force than the last one was, because even winning the force buy last time, Art of War had the money to buy. This time they won't. Their minimum loss bonus after winning that after plan, 4 people will be double ecos. So I like this force here for Mindfreak. Especially with the price point of the FAMAS, it actually allows Texter to force more easily here with that price reduction, as does Crunchy. I mean, this is kind of what these CT forces are looking like a little bit more often now. Now that the FAMAS is a bit more aligned with what the MP9 was, especially on a map like Mirage, where there's only certain positions you get value out of an MP9. I think a FAMAS is a bit more universal to deal with some of those longer range duels. There's not much nuance to this buy, though, here for Mindfreak. 3 grenades right at the start of the round. Art of War has a pretty significant util advantage here.
Big stack on the A site. It's a real gamble from Mindfreak. May well just pay off. They're actually going to, by the looks of things, want to get aggressive into Palace here. Gump and Tux going together. It is just Banana watching for it. He's seen them. And that'll send Art of War running away. Techstar, oh, he has not been spotted. Crunchy has. So Crunchy can just exit now.
That's a huge tell as well. That's the B anchor that takes the first duel inside of A ramp. Crunchy's been on B this entire game, so Art of War, that's going to be a head scratcher for them, to say the least.
Tux looking for Terry. Not quite going to find him.
Let's have one of those games.
Actually swing quickly back in the favor of Art of War.
Whoa.
Very quickly indeed. That's the round over.
Let's win every duel in middle in quick succession.
Yep.
And this is a big round to win for the T's, Jordan. Similar to Dust 2. Oh, Terry's in the third position again. A lot of damage. Chunk taken out of paint. Banana's on the hunt. He's hit the short jump this time. Applying pressure to bench side. He's going to hit the headshot as well. 9-8. CT economy. Hard reset. At the same juncture as Dust 2, Art of War will start to pull away. Could be a 2-0 for them tonight.
very real possibility. Just got to make sure they don't have a little mishap in the same way that Mindfreak did towards the end of Dust 2. Similar kinds of circumstances.
In other news, Underground Hand Rooster their first map loss of the tournament so far. 13-11. That's the second map that Underground's been able to win off a team on the top of the table. So, fair effort. I don't know how much it's going to help them trying to get into playoffs, though.
Anything's better than nothing when there's VRS points involved.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Art of War really taking it slow in this round.
I love how the acronym is AWO, like Art War of.
Yeah, I haven't really thought about that, but you're right.
Crunchy just says, I don't need an AK. Are you serious? Let's give me the dig.
He does.
He's been hitting the aim trainers.
He frags. He does frag with the dig.
Yeah.
We're going to get the high-low set up here from Texture and Crunchy. There's one more. It's not going to be enough, I don't think, for Mindfreak. They're going to stick around, but how do you win this round? You probably don't.
No, it's about damage. You're min-maxing things over time, trying to take guns away from the T's. Still pretty close scoreline-wise, so just keeping things expensive for Art of War is what it's all about, really, at this point. Every gun taken away but one. Already in position known, but Dexter wants to hold on to the AK instead of taking that duel. That's great damage for Mindfreak. It takes a whole nother buy away from Art of War. Which, given that they've got minimum loss bonus here, this is the kind of situation where all it's going to take is Mindfreak winning 2 gun rounds in a row, and at 10 apiece, they will break the T-side money and give themselves the lead. That's all thanks to that damage inflicted in round 18 with just mid-pistols.
Big round here for Mindfreak. Look at the money. Terry is charging his way up middle. The flashes to short are good. Tux couldn't see much, but he will survive for the moment. 1 for 1 there for Viridian, but the other couple of lads have gotten their way into ladder room. There is some real damage being done. Art of War are losing a lot of HP. They're losing players. Someone's got to go, and it's in the end going to be Oath. So Terry and Sunshines, who are kind of stuck in ladder room, haven't really been able to do much.
Yeah, ladders like the Alamo right now, completely surrounded. Bombs dropped in no man's land. Tux and Texter playing some pivot positions, and Texter, hell of an off angle. Anticipating the drop down from ladder, probably even hurt him, to be fair. Molly not going to be effective as the smoke is dropped from Terry. Who's biding his time. A great game, so you got to give respect where respect's due. Takes a chunk out of Crunchy.
Look at how low these Mindfreak players are. This could have been a completely different round.
Hands off the keyboard, I reckon, at this point. Just let Texter play the off angle. No one will be peeking Terry. We need to keep these CT guns up to make sure we can make this comeback a reality.
Yeah. Terry's just looking for damage anywhere, but he's not being given it. So time for take a rest, Terry.
Could drop a Galil or something to Banana in the next round. But like I said, all of the damage inflicted by Mindfreak in round 18 here is rearing its ugly head. CTs have a much better economy than Art of War do as we go into a tech pause.
Ah, we love those.
We've lost Banana. He has been having some internet issues tonight. And he's been having some kind of like weird whiffs and stuff like that as well. There's been a couple of situations that have been kind of head scratches for him. So could be having some internet issues for sure. Game crash it is for Banana. It's a classic.
Yeah, shouldn't be a particularly long pause then in that case. You ever have CS on your SSD, or did you always just have it on a normal drive?
I had it on an SSD back when SSDs were like 120 gigs and less. Like,
Yeah.
if you got a 120 gig one, that was like the expensive one.
You could like put one game on it and that was it.
Yeah. You had the OS on it and like the main game you played, and that was it.
Yeah, I've lived that life.
That was the meta. But since the bigger SSDs, I mean, now I just have SSDs in my PC mostly.
Yeah. You would think in this day and age, a quick restart wouldn't take very long because everyone should have the game on an SSD.
That's true.
But maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe out of touch.
I probably am. That's what happens when you hit 30.
Yeah, I'm getting there, mate.
You'll understand.
3 months and I'll be 29, and then...
It's all downhill.
Yeah. I felt 30 for most of my life, though. I felt like 50 for most of my life, to be honest.
You felt 50?
Yeah, I've always felt old.
Old at heart or old in body?
I mean, both. Doesn't help to have a chronic illness for most of your life.
I guess that's true.
We're going back to good old Sweden for this EPL.
Yes.
Bit more of a... I mean, it is Stockholm. So, I mean, there was the lands and stuff in Stockholm as well.
Mm-hmm.
They used to have lands in like the random towns in Sweden. Have you done Sweden yet?
I've been to Stockholm, not for Counter-Strike, but I did do an Apex Legends job over there one time.
Oh my god!
But I didn't really get to see much of Stockholm. I really just did the event and that was it.
That's fair. Yeah, I can't. Sweden is probably going to be one of the most different places to being in Australia I can think of.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
Have you been?
No, I haven't been.
How would you know?
That's true. Well, what do you think?
I mean, it didn't seem that outrageous to me, to be honest. But to be fair, I've spent quite a bit of time in Europe, so it may have been less of a culture shock for me, I guess, in that respect.
Yeah, fair. What was your favorite thing about Sweden?
The weather was pretty nice. It was quite cool. It was like, if you imagine a nice winter's day in Australia, it was kind of like that when I was there.
So like 10 degrees.
Yeah, probably a little colder than that, but quite nice. Like,
I don't think it gets much colder than 10 degrees in winter here. Like at night, it might go down to like 8 or 6 or something.
No,
Like
you're
the
trolling.
coldest day last year was like 2 degrees or something. Or like
it depends
4
where you
degrees.
live. It depends where you live.
That's true.
You go back out to the Blue Mountains, it's getting minus numbers for sure.
I mean, yeah. I just experienced that. It was fun.
Did you? Did you go on a holiday?
Yep.
What'd you do?
Just went to Korea.
No, that's
for fun.
That's not what I meant.
It was
I wanted to
nice
hear
there.
about your Blue Mountains adventure.
I haven't been to Blue Mountains in a while, but when I did go, I went to like a resort kind of spa thing, you know?
Okay.
That was pretty cool.
I think I'm going to need a resort spa thing after this tech pause. This is
You're
much
wrong.
longer than should be warranted for a game restart.
Yeah, true. But we're back.
Thank God.
No more yapping.
That is for sure not a good PC.
Terrible.
Bro does not have an SSD.
Yeah. That's Hong Kong exchange student PC moment.
Yeah. Internet cafe, maybe. All right. Either way. Back into it. See if Art of War can close it out, or if Mindfreak are going to give us another twist and turn.
Deegan armor for Banana. Little bit of util in towards middle for Art of War. They are looking to try to contest middle, make their way up con, maybe get a window boost and turn that into a bit of an A splittage. Harassed by utility. Both getting bombarded for now, as is Terry.
Dangerous times for Art of War, but surviving for the moment.
Oh,
not for long.
Freebie for Banana.
That's nice. We'll take it. Need every little bit that we can get here for Art of War.
That's the one smoke that we had, guys. It's on the roof.
Sunshines has to live here, though. Gump just checking ramp. Is now finally going to choose his time to strike, but Sunshines should get the trade, and that is important because he's carrying the bomb. Still needs to cross into the side. I'm not sure how easily he's going to be able to get the plan.
Oh, almost takes Texter with him. Now an advantage from Mindfreak now. Flank coming in slowly but surely from Tux. That'll probably secure the round if I was a betting man. Which, legally, disclaimer-wise, I am not. 3 alive for Mindfreak. And that is Art of War's money broken. Big swing around for Mindfreak to win. Ult retained as well. Which, considering Art of War got fed a bit of a freebie by Payne there, they kind of got slapped after that.
Yep. Just seems that no one can quite lock it in, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's been able to get a really big streak apart from that first sort of 5 rounds or so for Art of War, but ever since then it's been really just back and forth, and same for Dust 2. Hasn't felt like there's been a dominant team either way. That nade stack, I'm surprised that Payne survives, and maybe some of them bounced off the wall, I don't know, but
yeah,
he's gotten away with murder there.
1 or 2 of them don't make it into window. Texter cleaning them all up. 5 alive for Mindfreak. This is what I was talking about. That economic damage over time, giving a massive reward to Mindfreak. They have come out ahead in this swing round quite substantially. Great economy for the CTs. 3+ K on all 5 of these players. And looking at the buy that Art of War's coming into this round with, it is not looking promising for them. Util is sparse on the players that go for AKs. The rest down to Galils. This is Mindfreak's game on a silver platter. They just have to deliver a couple of CT gun rounds, and they will even this series up 1-1 for the night.
Yeah, which I think they would still be disappointed by, frankly, but gotta take what they can get. You got to remember that this Mindfreak is the Mindfreak that's going to be going and playing at ESL Pro League as well. So, not, I would say, a particularly positive sign if they're not able to really get past a team like Art of War. Just in terms of their chances at that event.
I think Terry's probably better than most players in Europe, though, if you think about it.
I do. Yeah, I'll think about it. Whether or not I'll come to the same conclusion as you.
One of the greats of our generation. Better than Freeman, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Best Hong Kong player. Gump's aggressing into a ramp here. Smoke goes to top con. That's light pressure on middle from Art of War. Mindfreak happy to concede it for now. Just once again harassing them with utility as they make their way through the map. Bit of an exchange of control here as Gump tucks himself into ramp and Art of War look to contact that palace. They've been spotted out from jungle side by Texter though.
Well, Texter not coming into play just yet. Gump ends up actually being the one to take the fight. Gets the numbers advantage. Payne's got a drop and he doesn't quickly enough, or safely enough rather. I think he could have actually dropped back into ticket there and been safe, but ends up giving up his life. Still not a huge concern for Mindfreak as they are now 4-on-2. Trades are coming through quite effectively. Art of War are going to be in a real spot of bother unless Sunshines pulls off a miracle right here. And I'll tell you what, it might just be Sunshines and Rainbows, but has he got the time to get to B? Surely not, especially if Tux is going to be able to slow him down here, and he slows him down quite substantially. That is 12 on the board for Mindfreak, and the money is looking grim for Art of War.
Yeah, no bomb plant. 2.9 loss bonus, worst position to be in to try and fight for the game with. Galil's armor, limited util. Few AKs flying out as well. An MP5. That is a gun that exists in CS2. Mindfreak, great chance to close the game here. Either this round or the next, they'll have money for both of them.
Well, they'd love to get it done here. It should be the easier of the two, but it's not going to start well. Pain's dropped to Terry. And there's a fight happening at Tetris as well. No! What am I watching here? Sunshine walks out at Tetris and catches a clean timing. Terry also catches Tux.
Just embrace the inner Asia CS.
Yeah.
Just dry fights in middle and Sunshine's busting out A ramp. Sick of this structured nonsense. Sick of listening to Viridian. Let's get in there, mate.
Yeah, maybe. Plenty of money, though, like you said, for Mindfreak. But in theory, this should be an easier round now for Art of War than the last.
Not as good of a buy or advantage to close it as the last round. Missed opportunity there for Meridian. Stops off the totem pole. A second too late to find that opening pick. Much more centralized approach here for Mindfreak. Most of the time they play pretty hands-off middle, but you can see just how many CTs are sitting in middle looking for that aggression, looking for that fight. Sunshine makes first contact from Palisade. Pain spotted out by Viridian, who whiffs the shot. Multiple chances for both teams to find opening picks. None of them converted.
Yeah, chances going begging seems to be the moral of the story for this matchup. Both teams a little bit scrappy. It's going to be disappointing for Mindfreak if they let this one go to an OT again. They would have thought the same thing for map 1. They should have been able to close it out there, but let's see if they can get it done here. Crunchy, MP9 needs to get 1. Flash will come through, but it's made a lot of noise. Crunchy, he was able to turn away from it, but not able to get the kill. Now it's on to Pain. Just waiting for that rotation to come in from Tux, who is a little bit low, but Pain's going to go down as well. I think we're going overtime at this point. I don't see the way that Mindfreak can salvage this round. It's just disappeared. Another overtime.
Yeah. Credit to Art of War. Fighting it out. It's walking through the smoke. Trying to add insult to injury. But a 1-on-4 through one of the lowest percentage retake positions in the game. Yeah. We go OT for the second map in a row.
Yeah, Mindfreak not going to be too happy with that one, but they may still be able to salvage it. $12.5k OT. Is the major rule set still 16k, right?
I'm not sure. 4.5 here though.
Yeah.
A little harder.
It's clean from Texter.
Yeah, especially flashed. Still hits the movement.
Well, he's very progressive in mid, but doesn't have any backup here at all.
Pretty hands-off approach for both teams inside of middle. No one really wanting to take the first step forward. Terry looking to get active outside of A ramp. Spam in towards B apps from Texter. Smoke to window. Art of War at 1 minute 10 start to make some moves on middle. Mindfreak responding to that. Crunchy rotating to ticket. Texter making his way back into window. Tux has cleared out all of B apps. It's a huge A-lean for Mindfreak, and Pain's going to get the opener too.
Ooh, nice from Texter. He knows there's another player here as well. Oh, expected him to be close up. Doesn't matter either way. Texter too good in this instance. Mindfreak would have been wishing for a round like that during regulation.
Some individuals hitting some shots. Pain's had a quiet game, so the more openers that he can deliver in overtime, the better. And thank that round to some sharp shooting from Texter and a great read from Tux. Pushes all the way through B apartments. Terry trying to fight it out, but he hasn't had much of a chance to get involved, and Tux will finally flank him out. Mindfreak the first to strike in this OT after really struggling to close out the game on CT side in regulation.
Back to it. Once again, a lot of smokes for middle for Art of War, and they're going to try to recontest. Got 2 players there. Tux is just to jump into apartments, but it doesn't really matter. There's nothing happening over there.
Yeah. Double ops out for Mindfreak. Terry taking a tickle in middle. Texter has really started to activate, but traded out through underpass by Oath. 4-on-4. Mindfreak shifting off the A site, looking to regress into middle. Pain misses the shot. Banana punishes.
Crunchy. Oh, could have been on for a freebie there. Not quite. Head gets stuck down. And instead, he's going to dump all of his util. He's going to go through the smoke. They weren't expecting that. Decent trade, though, from Banana. Oh, floating around towards T-spawn. And they're not too sure where to go with it. But Tux should be eating that nade. And he doesn't quite go down. Somehow survives. Surprised.
A lot of A pressure here for Art of War. And they're going to sneak the bomb onto B in the meantime. Just cutting sound. Tux is too low to really do much of anything here. Gump having to respect a lot of these rotations. Low inside a jungle, and Sunshine spots him out. Loses the duel, but his job is done effectively at this point. Molly is going to secure control of market for the T's here. We're going to get a nice plant down on default.
Don't see this retake happening. Tux on 3 HP is probably not too keen about it either. So that'll be an easy kill for Art of War, and probably an easy round as well to close things out. Gump also not really holding on to too much HP there. So 13-13, and as has been the case during regulation, we will continue to go tit for tat.
Back to 4 rifle here for Mindfreak. Double orb did not work out for them in that round. Option for the orb is there if the T's want it, but they're also going to opt with the rifle-centric approach. Aggression into middle or underpass this time for Mindfreak. Not seeing this just yet. Short jump comes out for Tux. Smoke in the window could be blown open here. Oh, not ready for Tux. Up on catwalk there. Gets a lot of damage done, but the A4 is not clean enough. It's going to be man advantage for Art of War, but they're battered and bruised. Texter going looking for more, but there's no one to find in underpass for him.
No, but still hanging around in middle, inside of that smoke. A little bit of a peek in there from Gump as well at window. He's now been smoked off. Mindfreak are keen to continue this fight.
Yeah.
They're looking for the response. They should get it as well. The way Tex is clearing every corner, I think he's going to find Terry. Maybe not. Maybe. Yes, he does in the end. He catches him. So we're back to 3-on-3, but the unfortunate reality for Mindfreak is the bomb is on its merry way into B. The plant's going down. So another tough retake on offer.
A little bit more doable than the last one. Sunshine's coming late into the apps. Bench getting smoked off here. A lot of util getting dumped up onto the site. Banana going on for one. Gump takes a lot of damage. Nate almost cleans him up, but the Molly's the one to do it. And it's a 180 crossfire for Paint to contend with only an AWP here. Gonna smoke off the bomb, making first contact with Oath, but Sunshine swinging out apps to secure a 2-1 there. in that first rung of OT for Art of War.
Once again, Art of War maybe claiming a victory from the jaws of defeat. That would mark a very disappointing evening for Mindfreak. Double AWP is the option for Art of War. Going all in.
A bit risky at 12.5k. Bankrupt yourself pretty quickly. Double Palace lurk here for Mindfreak, so they may turn this mid pressure into an A split if they can even make it through middle. Looks like Art of War trying to fight handily. Terry to take first contact, and he takes all of them with him. Beautiful spray control of the A4. The bombs dropped in middle, and this double Palace lurk finally getting involved, but not before the majority of the team's dead.
Don't have to call him turn it on Terry anymore. Just call it turn me on Terry. That was a nice start to the round. And look, it's not over, but with that kill, it starts to look like the deal might be sealed by Art of War. They've got the bomb control top, middle. They are aware of Crunchy's position here. He's making a lot of noise. While he does have time and a couple of low HP members that he could potentially clean up, he has to also get past Meridian. Okay. All of a sudden now starts to look doable. If only he had a nade. But flash out into middle.
Both 1 HP. Oh, Terry. He's a little bit better. A 4k from him. Just the entirety of Art of War was crunching middle there. And really, Terry was the only one that was needed, to be honest. Very impressive rifle work from him. He's on for a 30.
Yeah.
This could be the second game won in OT here by Art of War. That would be a 2-0 for the night, which would put Mindfreak from 3 apiece to 3-5 overall in the league, and Art of War to 2-2, who have not played many maps here, but with their core back together and winning 2 games in a row over Mindfreak, I mean, that could be them throwing their name in the ring here for playoffs.
Definitely. Oh, job's not yet done, though. Still got to get through this round. Mindfreak copping a bit of a beating there to Pain in mid. That's hurting, and Sunshine's with that secondary AWP has done work. Terry also. 29 for Terry, looking for the 30 in what would have been a CSGO regulation, which is a pretty impressive scoreline from him. You can imagine with the way that this is going, it's going to be 30 for him as well.
They're heading towards him. Sunshine's on the secondary. Baiting from default for Terry under balcony. The can flash off of his contact. Full execute out of a ramp. The off angle works a treat for Sunshines. Doesn't really need to do too much more, but the flash has set him up for even more. Terry, will he get his 30? Because the game's done no matter what. Payne's fighting valiantly, but there's just too much for him to do. 2-0 tonight from Art of War in 2 very, very close nail-biting games that go to OT.
Yeah, good effort from Art of War, has to be said. Mindfreak will be really, really disappointed with it. It should have been probably a 2-0 their way, but a couple of critical rounds going in the other direction. And it is, in the end, Art of War that will walk away with the Lions' share. I mean, credit to those guys who were able to step up in the late halves, though, for Art of War. They, I think, were 2 different teams, really, in some cases. Like, some very, very messy rounds, but then also, especially towards the end of each map, some super clean-looking rounds. Great shooting, as we've come to expect from Art of War. And getting it done. So a little bit disappointing for Mindfreak. Also, I did see some conversation in the chat. And since that was made public over there, it seems like Ricky has taken a step away from Mindfreak, and Crunchy might be in for the meanwhile. So cool. That's actually the team for Mindfreak as well now. So there's no substitution, is what we were theorizing a little bit earlier on in the cast.
Yeah, I think like you've seen varying levels of commitment for Mindfreak in terms of like how much they were practicing previously. I don't know what the current state of their roster is, but I think it's still a very nice looking roster. And I think Crunchy, don't really remember much of him in the first map, but he was fantastic in that second map. Unfortunately, on the other side of the server was Terry, and Terry's stats for this series looking very nice. 100 ADR for him. in this iteration of Art of War, I mean, he really is worth his weight in gold. He seems to just drop bombs every single series. Fantastic player for them, and really a player that I don't think in the Oceanic scene has much pedigree, has much of a name to himself. Playing on a team that doesn't have huge expectations like Art of War, he just continues to deliver, and that's something special as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, I really think he's the kind of guy that could do something Urcast-esque, you know, where he plays in Australia while he's studying and makes a bit of a name for himself there, and then goes on to do some things back home. I don't know what what the scene really looks like in Hong Kong necessarily, but I'm assuming he speaks either Mandarin or Cantonese, presumably. So maybe able to slot into one of the Chinese teams as well, if that's an option. And if he ends up living over in that area of the world, or who knows. But yeah, definitely someone that I think has been pretty impressive for a while now, definitely, and is only getting better as well, I would have to say. Like, I don't think we saw these kinds of performances on a regular basis from him when he first started to break into things like ANZ champs, but now it seems like a regular occurrence. So good stuff from him. Good stuff from Art of War tonight. 2-0 from them, and that'll be the end of Oceania for this evening. But of course, if you're interested in some more Counter-Strike tonight, you can tune in for Asia. That'll be up in, I think, about 30 minutes or so it shouldn't take too long to get that one rolling. We hope to see you guys there. It'll be Pilsky and Mac for that one. I'll be taking a step away, but hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you for Asia in a little bit.
Think you've seen it all? With Faceit Watch's Point of View Selector, you can experience the game from any pro's perspective. Use the multi-view feature and customize the stream with up to 4 angles. Control what points you see while earning rewards. Drops are activated and lucky winners will receive Faceit points. And if you ever miss a match, VODs are now available. Get instant access to demos with multiple POVs and commentary. Watch it, control it, Faceit.
Damn, guys, we almost had this.
Thank God it's over.
Bored of endless matchmaking? Take your first step towards ECL, experiencing real strategies against teams of your skill. Learn more at fce.gg/ECL.
Stop it, doing what you do. When I lay back, holding on to you. Feel like something new. Yeah, got my senses here on overload. All my body is for you to hold. Feel like something new. Yeah. And I never thought that you got me wanting.